What's up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of News Dive. That's right, we extra patriotic up in here today.
Look at this guy. He came prepared.
Yep, that's right. So, I figured we'd start with, what's good about America. Like, it's 250th birthday today. You know what I mean? So I just like to take a second and do a salute to the American anthem real quick. So just hands over your hearts. America, fuck yeah! Thank you. And we may continue.
All right, let's go.
So first up on our patriotic viewing right here, we got Lily for Congress. Put out this amazingly patriotic video right here.
Fucking amazing.
Whoa, we need some sound. Come on now.
Live free or die. Death is not the worst of the evils. Live free or die. Death is not the worst of the evils.
Damn. That was beautiful.
I love AI so much. Like, why?
I don't know why. Like you would. It's about a 6 second long clip. I don't know what. I don't know what happened to the rest of the 9 seconds that usually applies for videos like this. Maybe it started getting real wacky after 6 seconds.
Yeah, and I mean the other dude, like I say this, this isn't like, I don't want this to come across as disparaging in any way, shape, or form, but like her accent is not like that.
No. No.
That was a very, very like born in the USA kind of accent.
Yeah.
And that is not the accent that Lily Pang Williams has. I'm just saying.
Yep. Yeah, you might be right there, brother.
You'd think that they would maybe be a little upset about poor representation and branding, but maybe not.
No.
Maybe, nah. Who am I kidding?
No, that's some nonsense right there. But this right here, this is some more lib nonsense trying to accuse our great president of impropriety of the highest variety. But we as true patriots do not believe in things such as this. So let's check this out.
Tonight, as America gets ready to celebrate a landmark birthday, House Democrats are accusing President Trump of hijacking the anniversary for his own gain. A new report claims the donors who intended to give to the congressionally approved and bipartisan America 250 were actually given bank information to the Trump-backed initiative Freedom 250 without their knowledge. Now, if those allegations are proven true, it could constitute wire fraud. Trump established Freedom 250 last year to organize July 4th events. Tonight, as
you can't do that, man.
I mean, that does seem a little suspicious.
I mean, to be fair, he's like completely above the law.
Yeah, that is true.
Concerned. So, I guess you can do that, but it's not exactly a good look. You know what I mean?
Well, if the president does it, it must be good by all rights. Go over to the Supreme Court.
Me there, Kyle.
Yep.
You fucking got me. Son of a bitch.
President do it. It must be good.
What do I? Yeah.
Read your Bible, sir. But see, we're gonna dispel any sort of liberal lie and notion that this here event was not of the highest order, completely packed to the gills. I tell you. I mean, look right here. We got Dr. Oz on stage with Dean Cain, original Superman, original 90s Superman, the best one, obviously.
And it's because there's tons of people here. It's a huge space, and it's just going to get more and more crowded as the week goes on.
Not only do we have a lot of people here, we have people that you want to have here, like Stacey Garrity. That woman's going to be next governor of Pennsylvania.
There we go.
Yep, look at her, that beautiful red hair.
And it's because there's tons of people
here.
Tons
of people
it's
there.
It's a huge space, and it's just going to get more and more crowded as the week goes on.
Well, see, now this is very deceptive. See,
huge. wide open space.
See, clearly all them people, the thousands of people here are all in these tents checking out the displays inside, clearly.
Naturally.
Either that or they just AI edited them all out of these shots, because I happen to believe there was thousands of people there, just like they said.
Beautiful red here.
And it's because there's tons of people here. It's a
Tons.
huge space, and it's just going to get more and more crowded as the week goes on.
Not only do we have a lot of people here, we have people that you want to have here, like Stacey Garrity. That woman's going to be next governor of Pennsylvania.
There
right
we
there.
go.
Wow.
Yep, look at her. That beautiful red.
Yep,
So,
tons of
like,
people.
I mean, look, like if you took every single person there and you put them all on a scale, it might be a little over 2 tons. And that is more than 1 ton.
Yep.
So he's technically not wrong that it is tons, as in more than 1 ton of people by weight. But I don't think that's a very, very odd technicality to call, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, well, let's just see what's going on here, because this just might be more liberal lies. We'll have to see.
Welcome to the Great American State Fair. It's actually more like a failed MAGA playground. Tiny congested rooms dedicated to each state line the fields of the mall, leaving large green space empty of people, and during the day, empty of shade. You also have to go through airport-style security to even
Who
get
needs
on the
shade?
premises. Sure, it's 100 degrees outside, but sorry, no bags, no full-size sunblock, no blankets to sit on as you eat your $20 cheeseburger in the sun, and no napkins either. At least not on days 3 and 4 of the fair when I was here, and they told me they had run out. You can watch a performance by a robotic military dog. Purchase an America is Back hat in the
America's back, baby. You see that?
style of a MAGA hat for $40 at the USDA tent. Or maybe you would prefer a Freedom 26 jersey.
What's the USDA doing selling Trump hats?
I don't know, but I'm deeply stuck on the dancing military dog, the dancing military Boston Dynamics dog. It's like so casual. Like they just drop that in there, like, dude, that's terrifying. That's fucking terrifying, man. I remember when Boston Dynamics was like, oh no, we're not gonna make weapons out of these.
Oh, yeah. But here it is, open source for anyone to use and do whatever you will to it.
Why?
Definitely seen a couple of these with some AKs glued onto them over in probably some Eastern European country.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You try and come onto my property, you'll find out what happens.
Don't tell me Israel doesn't have any of those. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yep. I'm sure they do.
The wonderful dogs of the gun dogs. They help us.
Yes.
They help us kill the horrible Palestinians. Yeah, I don't know. My accent is probably existing somewhere between Eastern European and Israeli. I know.
Well,
I
I
know
mean-
Israeli. French. I'm doing my best here, dude.
I mean, that kind of checks out, don't they? There's like, how many native, like, born Israeli people are there in Israel? I wonder.
I mean, it is a country of immigrants.
That is true. Oh, we got some chat up in here. God bless my orange savior. Hail Satan, praise Dayton. There you go. Sweaty cheeseburgers are my favorite. Not gonna lie. Yep. Yes, sir.
Burden in the chat.
Hell yeah.
by robotic military dog.
Look at him.
Purchase
Look
an
at
Ameri-
that cute little dance he doing right there.
Dude, it's terrifying.
Look at that.
Performance by
Like-
robotic military.
Like, I want to maintain the joke and the gag that we're having here, but like those things fucking freak me out so bad. Like I can't. It shatters the moment I see them.
Yep. Not Black Mirror at all. Oh, wait.
No,
Hold on. Look at them jerseys.
And, or maybe you would prefer a Freedom 26 jersey for $200 at the merch.
$200. Now,
What are we doing, dude?
As a freedom
$200?
as a freedom loving individual such as myself, who also happens to be, I don't know if you guys can see that little
I
hatchman
can see
thing there,
that.
that little juggalo
Yeah,
tattoo
you
there.
can
See, I'm used to paying some outrageous
put
merch
some symbol on
prices,
that, buddy.
but $200. Like, there better be some goddamn embroidery on them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That shit looks all screen printed as fuck. That is messed up, brother. Like, come on now. Gotta step your merch game up. I just want to see them unleash the dogs in rural Alabama and see how quickly they get set on fire. That'd be some good stuff.
The aesthetic seems to be Renaissance Festival, but maybe one that was meant to be an indoor display. The buildings are screen printed and on material that doesn't seem to be holding up to the weather, which might be why they keep closing it every time it drizzles. This includes the model of the arch that Trump wants to build in DC. For the first 4 days of the fair, big boxes inexplicably protruded from the top of the arch. Now,
by the way, I just got to point out, this thing is about like 1/10 of the size of the arch that he wants to build out of like fucking pure marble or whatever the fuck. So like these statues up here would be like what, like fucking 20 feet tall or some shit? Like what? What are we doing here? What is this?
That's so useless. Like, I mean, he just wants like big physical objects so everybody remembers that he was there.
Right.
But he's just gonna leave it like, you know, a trash trailer park by the time he's gone. If he, I mean,
Yep.
if he's gone at all.
Is he think? I know he was talking about leaving the UFC stuff up. Is he gonna leave the Ferris wheel as well?
Yeah.
And all these tents, because that'd be great.
I could not tell you.
Seems like a good time.
they've added columns. The entire thing is wrinkled and puckering. Meanwhile, across the mall,
Wrinkled and puckering. That's the Republican Party for you right there.
the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool, the most secure place in the United States.
Yeah.
Or at least the most monitored.
There goes their boys right there.
Even with the area now fenced
Protecting
off,
the
surveillance
homeland.
machines yell at the National Guard for loitering as they patrol the pool. In April, the administration decided to coat the pool with a sealant that they called American flag blue. Less than a week after they started, workers appeared to be picking at the peeling sealant. The reflecting pool has long been plagued with problems, including disgusting
Wait a sec,
water.
y'all. Did we just find? I think we found the culprits. Did y'all see that?
Coat the pool with a sealant that they called American flag blue. Less than a week after they started, workers appeared to be picking at the peeling sealant.
We found them. We found the culprits, y'all. They're right here. I don't know who they got.
Lining in the goddamn pool. They're the ones that fucked it up.
I seen it. Look at this. That's crazy. I don't know who the hell the deep state got up in them prison cells right now, about to be indicting people over, but we got them right here. It was an inside job, fellas. Tell you what.
Dude, I'm dead.
The reflecting pool has long been plagued with problems, including disgusting water. So the administration added nanobubblers, machines that force oxygen into the water to create movement. Perhaps they would have worked, but days after refilling the pool, the administration removed
Yeah,
them.
no, we remember that part. That's all right. Moving on. What else we got? More celebration? Celebration. Let's go.
Well, here we are in the National Mall checking out the Great American State Fair, Donald Trump's version of America's 250th birthday here in the nation's capital. And if you're looking for a place with really no lines whatsoever, then you better come down to the mall. There's even a miniature version of Donald Trump's arch. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, now we seen this. Get out of here, damn lib.
Is it Jimmy Costa?
What else?
That little thing right in
I
the
think he might
National
have a
Mall.
few more things in the
Probably
other
nicest
video.
weather of the week, and there are no lines to get in. Hardly anybody
What
in
is
line.
that?
Surely
Yeah, it
there
is
must
Jimmy
be
Costa.
a long line for the Ferris wheel. It's the big attraction down here. Let's take a look. Oh boy. Yeah, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's about
Damn.
lunchtime. I'm a little parched. Could use a burger or something. I hope there's not a long line in here. This is
Woo-wee.
the arch that they put down in the National Mall. Look at this.
It's beautiful.
There's a huge gap I mean, this is a pretty good example of the
sketchy.
shoddy construction down here. Look at these gaps
That's so
in between these
sketchy.
faux columns and one of the main pavilions.
Nah,
down
it's
here.
it's floating.
The actual
Look at
ground.
that. Oh my
It's
God.
like
How?
2 or 3
How?
feet.
What?
Trump is everywhere,
horrifying.
like inside this
It's
agriculture
so
department booth.
terrifying.
You can also sign up for Trump's savings accounts in the Treasury Department booth.
Hell yeah.
And where would the Great American State Fair be without their own propagandists? Yes, there they are. There's Fox News doing their programming from down here on the National Mall, probably telling everybody what a massive celebration there is going on down here.
You know, I've tried to look for clips from their booth there, and because I saw a bunch of them while the thing was going on, but for some reason it's kind of hard to come by clips of them actually, you know, commentating over that for some reason.
We're talking about Fox News?
Industry seems
Yeah.
to have their own little talk
I've seen
that's
some
going
clips. Doesn't
on.
look good.
They're doing like a
Yeah, no, it
panel
doesn't look too
discussion,
good.
and there's nobody listening, just a few people.
The threats that are growing with the growth of AI, the ability before you meet a nation.
Well, in one of these pavilions, I found a sweeping exhibit that can only be described as an ode to the religious right.
Here we have our great nation that we want to make great again.
Cool. Looks like a success to me, boys.
I'm sorry, isn't bro 5.5 years into making America great again? It's not great yet. It's taking.
I mean-
that's taking it, dog.
Well, that depends on if you count that fake election nonsense. You know what I mean? Because he technically won, you know, 3 times, but so he's had quite a while actually. He just didn't want to, you know, hurt Joe Biden's feelings or nothing by telling him to get on out of there.
Yeah, he's so worried about hurting Joe Biden's feeling.
Goddamn Sleepy Joe. Not like our president, you know what I'm saying? He's wide awake during all them meetings, especially on TV. Here, what do we have? There's some other stuff going on? Oh, this is like a rehearsal or something.
Like, what if making jokes about it? It's so hard.
That seems fine. That's fine. Just working out the kinks here, you know.
Yeah.
That's good. This is why we practice, you know. Some shit happens. You know, and this is what happens when you don't use union labor, but you know it's worth it all in the end. Look at that. That would only taken out like 3 or 4 of them if they were back a couple feet. That's easily replaceable. But paying too much on your building costs, that you know, can't be having that.
Oh my god, dude.
Well, apparently this whole Freedom 250 thing is still happening, but apparently, no, it's not. As of today, they're postponing it again over the weather. So, you know, just a heads up for anybody that was going out for the American State Fair and FIFA Fan Zone, whatever that means. It was an outside job? My God, you're right. It was an outside job. What do we got? We got one more thing here.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Yeah, one more thing about the state fair. We're gonna let the man himself explain exactly why this is such a great event.
Here at the Great American State Fair, you're going to catch a lot of live performances, including one by this guy over here. Huge deal, Vanilla Ice.
Huge deal.
Nice to see you. Great to see you. Great to have you on the program. Tell me about why you decided to do this performance, because you know, you heard there were a lot of folks out there, Martina McBride being among them, that dropped out, bailed on this. Why did you want to show up?
Well, I can only speak
because he's a true American. I mean, obviously.
Naturally. Ice, baby.
Matter of fact, you know, if there even was a problem, he would solve it. You know, check out his hook. How's DJ revolves it? That's all I got to say.
For myself and for me, this is the greatest thing ever. The invite alone, you know, it's a huge honor. This is here to celebrate our country. I'm a musician. We're supposed to bring people together. And the 90s is the best way to bring people together because we didn't take anything too serious, right? Fanny packs. I mean, how can you...
I mean, he's right about that. I mean, Pauly Shore. That's all you got to say, right?
I mean, okay, fucking fair point.
Bill and Ted. Come on now.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yep. Great
Yeah,
American
Jerry
patriot right there. Big lover of Israel and underage women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, right, fellas? We hate them pedos, but we love them dudes that love the underage women, as long as they're not girls, you know. Underage women, not underage girls. That's disgusting, you know.
In the chat, homies got to understand that Kid Rock got cucked by him. Like, that's the thing.
Oh yeah.
It's not great for him at the moment. He put all his chips in, and just that ain't go well for the boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's up with that? He didn't get invited.
No.
What, you get pushed out by Vanilla Ice here? The only room for one big '90s act? Is that what?
That's pretty bad when you're Kid Rock and you're getting owned by Vanilla Ice, who is on this surreal life.
Damn, that's brutal.
Anything serious from the 90s.
Yeah.
So that's what we're here to do, is to lighten everybody up, bring everybody together. You know.
So what?
Oh, he got clowned by Flavor Flav and Vern Troyer.
Oh yeah. I remember seeing one clip of him where he's flipping out, and people are like,
right back.
What show was that where they were, he started beating up the set with a baseball bat?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yep. Now joining me is Carter's mic over here on the right. You'll be back momentarily. While you're waiting, I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can locate that clip real quick. Let's see here. Oh, I think I found it.
It's out of rotation.
Ooh, hey now. My God, 240p. That is a hell of a video resolution for a 19-year-old video, I guess. All right.
It's out of rotation.
Hey now, whoa now. Gonna go ahead and wait for Carter to get back. Actually, let's see what Vanilla has to say over here. Great American Patriot, Vanilla Ice.
Any side of everything, all walks of life, is invited to celebrate the happiness of our country and celebrate 250 years of getting here, which means you have to pay respect and honor to all the soldiers, Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the police, the EMS, the firefighters, everybody, Space Force. I mean, everybody that's a part of this got us here, and this is 250.
Hell yeah, shout out to Space Force.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Well, why do you get it and why don't other people get it? Because politics shouldn't be a part of music, right? Music should bring everybody together, no matter what party.
That's right. Politics shouldn't be part of music. That's why I hate it when them damn bands like Rage Against the Machine all of a sudden get all political. It's like, what are you fighting for, the machine now? God dang.
They're aligned with.
Some people, musicians, just don't see it that way. I'm an entertainer who played for Boris Yeltsin. I've played for, Iran, Iraq.
Look at it. This boy here is so patriotic. He done got himself a southern twang going on at this point. You hear that? That's what happens when you get the patriotism all up in your bloodstream. You know what I mean? You start getting that southern twang. That's the sound of a real American right there. I'll tell you what.
I'd play for Putin, and I'd go over with Dennis Rodman and play for Kim Jong-un. It doesn't matter. It's like a DJ. You play a song, you don't get to say, don't play that, I don't like that. You don't get a choice to pick your fans. They pick you. So it's like, it's
always
universal.
saying that.
It has no race, religion, politics, or anything. Think about Bob Marley. It cuts down and through every single barrier. Everybody loves Bob. It don't matter if you're just a hardcore heavy metal person or a classical opera person.
Everybody's always saying that. What about Bob? You know what I'm saying? It's a good movie. Bill Murray. What's that other guy's name? The psychologist? I don't forget his name. But Bill Murray's great in that movie. What about Bob? You know what I mean?
or hip hop or anything. It's just universal. That's the way music should be. Some musicians don't see it that way.
Okay, we want to get to know you a little bit better.
You got the patriotism going? Yep.
So I've got a lightning round of questions. I'm going to hit your way, and you can just answer them however you want. So I'll start with this. Favorite singer you're listening to right now?
Right now, Bruno Mars.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
4th of July.
Man, that shit's whack. Who the hell Bruno Mars? That shit's lame, brother. What the hell wrong with you? You gotta be listening to a real patriot like Kid Rock. Again, I don't know why he wasn't booked at this here event. I don't know how they can have 250 without him. It just don't make no sense.
Food, favorite food, sweet, savory. What would it be? What do you gotta have?
I'm a vegetarian, but I will cheat on that day.
Whoa there, brother. Whoa there. He just say he's a vegetarian. I'm starting to get second guess this whole thing right here. Like, man, they really should have brought out Kid Rock for this one. God dang vegetarian. That's just un-American, brother. But I'm willing to look past some things, but we're gonna have to talk about that one right there. What do you like?
It's so true.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that shit? What he just done said?
You run it back for me really fast.
You gotta hear this. You're not gonna believe this one here, brother.
Answer them however you want. So I'll start with this. Favorite singer you're listening to right now?
Right now, Bruno Mars.
Nice. Okay.
Now that there is lame right there. Anyway, but we can move. We can look past that one. But listen to what he's about to say right now.
4th of July food, favorite food, sweet, savory. What would it be? What do you gotta have?
I'm a vegetarian, but I will.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what he just said? He said he is a vegetarian.
What did he just say?
Man, I couldn't believe it either.
Food, sweet, savory. What would it be? What do you gotta have?
I'm a vegetarian, but I will cheat on that day and have some pie. You know what?
What kind of pie are you eating? We're talking like shepherd's pie?
What?
What do you mean you're gonna cheat on being a vegetarian with pie? What are you,
I don't understand that.
Some kind of limey or something? You eating them meat pies over there, governor? What are you talking about? I mean, this is messed up beyond belief. He's starting to sound like Talafrico over there, trying to run his damn vegan campaign or whatnot.
Dude.
Yeah, it's me. This is messed up. Like I said, I can look past some things like Bruno Mars. Like, what the fuck? You listening to that? Like, for real, brother? But you say you're a vegetarian? That's just disgusting.
24 karat magic, baby.
What? It's called pecan pie, not pecan.
Is pie not vegetarian?
Hold up. You talking about pecan pie? You gonna cheat on your damn What the hell kind of meat is pecan pie? Y'all out there hunting wild pecans?
If he's gonna cheat, he's gonna cheat with nuts. You know what I mean? If you're gonna cheat with meat, then it's got to be nuts.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you gotta have it. Sometimes you gotta have some nuts in your mouth. That's all I gotta say.
Exactly. There we go.
The real ones in the chat know what it's about.
No, I mean it is. I guess it depends on what kind of pie you're eating. Yeah.
Butter. Okay,
you don't know shepherd's pie. That's sure
okay,
isn't no.
That's right.
But
okay.
Yeah, pecan pie, the American pecan pie.
Pecan pie. Okay.
Pecan.
Which president would you have dinner with, Dad?
Bro, that's pecan. You fucking liar. There ain't no pecan. Pecan. Fucking lame.
They're alive.
Oh, Trump, and I have, and it's great.
Amazing. What did you guys eat? Do you remember?
I had a vegetarian meal, and it was delicious at Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
What song would you perform at Taylor Swift's wedding? It might happen on July 4th.
Oh, I don't know anything about her. Is she getting married?
She's
like, am I supposed to know Taylor Swift?
God.
You think I'm in tune with?
Damn, dude. Now I'll tell you something right now. I ain't no Taylor Swift fan, but that right there, you just lost like half of the damn moms that would show up to see your set right there.
Dude, you cannot be pissing off the Swifties like that.
Whoo!
I'm sorry,
Shots fired.
You can't be taking the Swifties like that. Yeah, I'm just that's gonna put you in danger territory. You know what I mean?
Dude, just this man right here talking about Taylor Swift like she is the irrelevant one. Mr. I made Ice Ice Baby and did the Go Ninja Go song for the Ninja Turtles sequel. Wasn't he at the Gathering of the Juggalos a few years ago, or am I tripping? No, he was there. Oh, he's there all the time. He's Bud's dude. ICP love to get the has-beens in their festies. Let me tell you what. Coolio,
That's true.
Vanilla
That's
Ice, whoever they can get, they will book them.
Everybody else might have rejected you, but the Juggalos won't.
We still got a place in our hearts, brother. Just you got to come home where you belong. You don't need to be here at this.
Real ass shit, dude.
With Taylor Swift, really? You really think Vanilla Ice is in tune with what Taylor Swift is doing?
What if Taylor
Is there
rings you
any
up?
man in the world that's in tune with Taylor
just
Swift
saying,
other than her
What
husband?
if she rung you up and said, I gotta have you at the wedding?
Then I'll go play.
You'd perform,
Heck
right?
yes.
What song would you perform?
I mean, I would go and play the Ninja Rap because
Oh shit! He brought it up. He brought it up. He would go ninja, go to that motherfucking wedding. I tell you what, right now. Dun, dun, dun,
wow.
Yo, it's the Green
His
Machine.
real name is Matt Van Winkle. I did not know that.
You
That
didn't
makes it
know
so-
that?
I did not know that.
It's
Dude,
Rob Van
how I
Winkle.
Spend time like, do you know how much random policy bullshit I spend jamming into my brain? You think fucking Vanilla Ice's real name is something that's important to me? Give me a break.
Yeah, it ain't
Holy
Matt though.
shit.
It's Rob, which also, he really does sound like a damn fucking some kind of like the hell am I looking? Fairy tale character, like this old man Rob Van Winkle over there. What the fuck was it? It was Rip Van Winkle. That's the one. That's why it sounds like that.
Yeah, I don't. That's insanity.
Robert Matthew. Did he change it? Because I know for a fact it was Van Winkle.
That's madness.
is she getting
Well,
married?
apparently, yeah, he's gonna play there, so that's cool. Yeah, you know, way to try to save it with the with the Swifties or whatnot. Good stuff. Oh yeah, I found that video I was talking about. Of course, it was posted 19 years ago from E-Bombs, so
From E-Bombs world.
this is gonna be a pixelated mess. So we're gonna see if we can discern what exactly is happening here.
Rotation. Again, this is not for bad content of the video. It's MTV's fault for overplaying them.
You're doing that. Put it out.
Rob, would you like to come and Rob, ladies and gentlemen, otherwise known as Vanilla Ice.
How are you? Vanilla Ice.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Is that Chris Kattan?
It kind of looks like it.
I think that's
I don't
Chris
know, I can't tell.
Kattan.
It's so maximally JPEG that I can't see shit.
This is GIF territory right here.
No, this is yours. Do with it what you will.
This here, you ready for me to do with what I will now? That's your video.
As long
All
as
right,
no one
well,
gets
hey, you know, after, the first 100 times I heard it, it was all right, you know? But after 9 billion, and I've seen it so many times and performed it, I'm so ready to get rid of this. And it's funny, you give me a hammer.
Oh, because of MC. We do not like MC.
Excellent. Let's watch a little bit first.
Oh, let's watch a little bit. Okay, let's watch a little bit of you, and then you can destroy yourself.
Oh, so this is him destroying his a VHS of his Ice Ice Baby? Is that what I'm seeing?
So I'm trying to understand who's the panel that's on there. Was that Dennis Leary?
Okay.
And
yeah, so we got at
So
least
Dennis
Chris
Leary?
Kattan. Is there a Dennis Leary in there?
Supposed to go, but hey, let's just watch it again.
Oh, is that Jon Stewart?
That's Jon Stewart.
What the fuck show is this? I'm
pretty
sorry.
And I'm pretty sure the woman. If I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure the woman sitting there is Janine Garofalo. That's a wild panel. That's a
What the
fucking
fuck?
wild panel, dude. That's insane.
What?
Insane. That
That is Dennis Leary. What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying.
We got Gene Garofalo, fucking Dennis Leary, Chris Kattan, Jon Stewart.
God damn.
Vanilla
dude,
Ice
what?
is gonna smash the Ice Ice Baby, I guess.
Rob's gonna retire.
Take care of business. It's my turn to destroy it, and I'm gonna need something more than this.
Okay,
this
do you have a
baseball
bat?
I need this
You want
bat,
goggles?
And
You gotta
I
take
don't
it out
need
of
any
the thing.
goggles, and to show you that I'm out with the
What
old
else
and
we
in with
got?
the new. I'd rather people focus on hard
it
to
out.
swallow, plug.
Yeah. Everyone, y'all remember that Hard to Swallow album from back in 2002? 2000 what? What was this? 19 years ago? I'm bad at math.
This is such a when you think about like where each of the people that are sitting on that panel went in terms of their like political like leaning and ideology, like this is the 90s for you, dude. Like they are all so like they all went in every possible different direction that you can imagine.
Oh yeah.
Like
This must have been around the time that Garofalo started doing the Majority Report with Sam, right?
That's definitely Air America era. You know what I mean? This is prior to Stewart going like Max Lib and being like the lib whisperer on Daily Show.
Right.
Dennis Leary is like the most peak, like I'm pretty sure he's a very peak libertarian type guy. I could be wrong about that, but like a lot of the things he just said were very like
from what I remember,
conservative libertarian leaning. And then Chris Kattan was like, I'm apolitical.
Yeah, he was just Chris Kattan. He was just the fucking doing his best Jim Carrey impression at all times.
Yeah, he was trying, man.
He was trying. Was this post 9/11 ice was horrible? Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean DHS was invented after fucking 9/11, so that was pretty bad.
If this helps you can put Debbie Gibson's label on.
Don't even need that.
Okay.
So it's
I mean, that was the truest, most patriotic thing you can do. I'll tell you what.
like,
Is
just
this
to show you. Yeah, this is just, I'm going to give you a little taste of what we do on stage nowadays with the
Are you
new
going to throw
record.
that up in the air and hit it?
No, I'm not going to do nothing that I would never do that.
Also, I just gotta say, right before he hits this, you can tell this was the era of Limp Bizkit. Look at this man. Speaking of people doing impressions, this guy right here is doing his best Fred Durst. He's wild and crazy, I tell you.
So apparently, I forgot this whole thing happened. Apparently, Chris Kattan was removed from a flight for refusing to wear a mask in 2021.
Oh God, just another one of those fallen fucking early 2000s comedy guys, like fucking what's his face? Oh my God, what's his name? Jim Brewer. Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
he's a fucking nut, dude. Oh my God. We gotta look at some Jim Brewer sometime.
I'm going to give you a little taste of what we do on stage nowadays with the
Are
new
you going to
record.
throw that up in the air and hit it?
No, I'm not going to do nothing that I would never do that.
That's not a...
Just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about.
There we go. So, sorry, John. Hi, Debbie. And the popcorn for everybody. Sorry about the set there, guys.
Well, the tape's fine.
What?
Everything else is
No.
Hold it up. No vanilla.
Just hold it there.
Vanilla.
Let's see, man. All right.
Okay.
Vanilla.
Can I sit over? I don't like the beanbag. I think we're getting a feeling now of how important this was.
Rico Suave is still standing. There we go.
Why did you say that?
There we go.
Okay. We're good. Oh, my God. You know what? I'm sorry. I got
Vanilla, no.
Anything out there? Can we do that segment again?
And we gotta pause there, or else they will take our stream down.
Okay, yeah, dude. Fucking big yikes.
Yeah.
I thought this was the news dive.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're getting into that. There we go. We got some news eventually. Don't worry. Lava lamp lives. Yeah, no, true. Al Gore invented the VHS player. What?
Yeah, no.
What? I'm gonna go ahead and not look that up because that doesn't sound right. But I'm gonna go ahead and work. Yeah. Well, since we're going all the way backwards today, let's go with some national stuff before we get into the New Hampshire. So yeah, Texas leaders approve Bible stories as required reading. So, you know, separation of church and state, what's that?
Who cares about that, right?
Yeah. First Amendment and all that? Not important.
A major change is coming to Texas classrooms, but not right away.
Today, the State Board of Education approved requiring reading lists that include Bible stories and passages for Texas public school students, and the vote is already drawing some pretty sharp reaction. Fox 4's Casey Stiegel live in our Dallas newsroom with more on what happens next. Casey.
Hey, good evening, Steve, Heather. This required list goes well beyond Bible stories. It also includes classics, children's books, fables, and historical texts.
That's just a weird ass way to frame it, I gotta say. That's all.
But the religious readings are what turned today's vote into a much larger fight.
Violates the Establishment Clause.
After hours of debate, Texas education leaders approved a reading requirement that's already heading into political, legal, and religious territory. The State Board of Education passed it Friday in a 9-5 vote. Among the most debated selections, required reading of certain Bible stories for younger students, including David and Goliath, Daniel and the Lion's Den, and Jonah and the Whale.
Children do not need to think that when they go in the water, they might get swallowed by a whale. And if they're in first grade, they very likely have that fear. And I don't think we need to encourage a fear of being in nature or being in the water for our first graders.
What a fucking terrible, awful refutation of this. Like, what?
Yeah.
I just, like, what?
Run it back one time for me. I just want to
I'm
make
sorry,
sure I get all out
but
of it.
But this is what they're refuting.
They very likely have that fear, and I don't think we need to encourage a fear of being in nature or being in the water for our first graders.
Middle.
What?
Because the part of the required reading is the tale of Jonah getting swallowed by the whale, and that's from the Bible. She's worried that children might be afraid to go out in nature and go into the ocean for fear that they might get swallowed by a whale. Now, I would say that's
the best she had.
That is nothing to do with why this is not okay. You're not supposed to be teaching religion in schools like that. That's just like, what do you mean? That's like saying, like, if they read some other work of fiction, like, you can't do that because they might be afraid of what happens to the characters in that book. It just makes zero fucking sense, and that's absolutely not the problem being presented here. It's the Establishment Clause that you will not have, a state-sanctioned religion. Like, you're not allowed to mix religion with public funding of things. That's like, what?
Well, and this is like, I mean, look, like the Constitution itself doesn't actually like specifically state that there is like a separation of church and state. It goes back to a letter that Jefferson wrote to the Danbury Baptist Association in 1802, in which he wrote, I actually pulled it up just so that I can make sure that we're on the level here. Jefferson wrote, believing with you that religion is a matter which lies solely between man and his God, that he owes account to none other for his faith or his worship, that the legitimate powers of government reach actions only and not opinions. I contemplate with sovereign reverence that the act of the whole American people, which declared their legislature should quote, make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, thus building a wall of separation between church and state. So like the whole point is that if you're like, and maybe I'm misinterpreting this, but when the way I understand what Jefferson was saying in that context is that like if you give preference to one religion over another, it impedes on your ability to practice the religious provisions provided in the First Amendment, i.e., freedom of religion, right? Like
Right.
you're free by the tenet of the First Amendment. You're allowed to practice any religion you want. They wanted a secular state, and therefore you don't. It's not like it makes sense to then separate the state from any particular church because that would be an impediment on the ability to practice the First Amendment.
Right.
So that would make it like, so it's like by way of, you know what I mean? Like it's the idea of church and state is directly derivative from the concept of freedom of religion.
Right. And yeah, like Desi said in the chat, like allow all or allow none, right? So if they're
right, exactly. That's the whole point. You can't put one above everything else, because if you do so, then it means that preference will naturally make it more difficult to be of any faith other than the one that is preferred by the government itself. And that's actually actively true right now, with the amount of anti-Semitism, with the amount of Islamophobia. Like that's actively the case right now. And I think it would, like, I don't know. That gets into legal territory, but I do think that there's a lot of just generally like unconstitutional behavior of people to be like, I mean, it's like the First Amendment kind of fighting with itself, right? Because it's like, well, you have freedom of speech and you have freedom of religion, but what happens when someone exercising free speech inherently impedes the ability of another person to feel that they are capable of freely expressing their religion?
right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
and then I think the whole problem with this is
creates
that
weird complication.
the entire problem that I have with it is not that it's like that they're reading them in schools, is that this is like required reading, like by the state. Like you have to tell the stories from the Bible to young children. And like if they're gonna do that, then it should be in like a history class or like a mythology class, like next to the Greek pantheon or something like that. Because they tell you plenty of stories about like, that type of stuff in history classes, but they don't add it in the same type of mythological context as like modern, like still going religions,
Yeah, well, I mean, look, like, I mean, my experience as someone who went through fucking 12 years of public school is that we absolutely learned about religion. Like, what are you talking about? There just wasn't any like emphasis or preference placed on one
Right.
religion over another. It
Like
was
this one
just
is correct though. Like
hey,
these other
just so you
ones are
guys know this
stories.
shit exists. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. It was just like, okay, here's what this group of people believes, and then here's what this group of people believes, and then here's what this group of people believes. Some of these beliefs do not align with each other, and it existed throughout history in conflict with each other. So you can't even fucking teach history without talking about religion. It's not possible.
Right.
So the idea that, it's like, it just simply comes from people that like are of a specific faith, usually Christianity, feeling that there's a certain supremacy to their particular religion, will then feel like it's tilting against them. You know what I mean? By not saying that what they believe is the truth. So they get real butthurt and snowflakey about it. And
right.
Look, like if your belief is strong enough, if it's that authoritative, if it's that true, then you don't really have anything to be worried about if somebody comes and attacks it, because naturally any intelligent person would just see the validity of your religious beliefs and adopt it. But that's not really the case. So the only option that they have is to codify in law that it is the specific truth. So you force people into it. And
Yep.
that's kind of bitch made in my opinion.
Yeah, and this kind of legislation is brought forth by people that are also bringing legislation like we need to ban Sharia law in Mississippi, ban it's stupid shit like that. It's the same type of people.
Ideas, man.
So what?
So what happened to the marketplace of ideas, man?
Yeah, we need the free marketplace of
Anyways.
ideas.
Somebody's got to bring Dave Rubin out. You got to make Dave Rubin come out here and make the argument for it. Although he's going to fail.
Listen, as a classical liberal, I think it's totally cool to have biblical ideas being taught to my kids. It's like, all right, well, bring them to church then, dude. Like, what do you want?
Level ideas.
Like this is public school. We're like, go to private school. Like, you want to
Exactly. That's what private school is for, dog.
Literally, like, you know how many fucking Christian and Catholic and all kinds, like a billion denominations of Christians, like they all have their own schools. You can send your kids to there if you want them to learn about the Bible instead of science class. But
so it was really funny. There was one time where I was working for these guys. It's like a father and son, and we were doing like painting and carpentry stuff. And we spent like a bunch of time working on churches, like rehabbing churches, and we were doing like steeple painting and like, you know, restoring interiors of churches and stuff like that. And I remember one time the son said to me, "Is like, I love working for churches because ain't nobody got more money than God."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Yeah, you're not wrong, dog."
Yeah, dude, tax free right there. Hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying, dude. But yeah, the point is like, look, like they got plenty of cash. They can fund their schools just fine. You didn't need public dollars to do that shit. What's wrong with you?
Right.
Like, come on. I thought you guys were the big daddies.
Mm-hmm.
School
Where's
and
your
high school
prosperity gospel now?
Yeah. We need Creflo Dollar to run for office, y'all. We need him. We need fucking shit. I was gonna say Pat Robertson, but he died. What the hell was that other dude? Oh man, the blow the COVID away guy. We need him to run for office. Clearly.
Oh,
fuck.
Was Osteen? Joel Osteen?
No, not Tim Allen. Oh shit. No, I forget his name. Damn it. I'll remember it eventually. He's the guy that looks like an actual demon. Fuck. I'll have to find it later.
Students would see other biblical passages, including readings from the New and Old Testament, used alongside literary works. Board members say this newly approved list ultimately puts the power in parents' hands.
If mom and dad know what books that they're reading in class, that they can certainly have those discussions or read along.
Not all board members, though, were sold, with some saying teachers should be trusted to choose what their students read.
Wait, so hold on. How is it in the parents' hands if it's mandatory reading? Is what I want to know. Like, they kind of just breezed by that one. Like, what do you mean it's in the parents' hands, but it's mandatory? Like, okay. All right.
You can't have it both ways, man.
Books for decades, for years. This is nothing new. This is not a new concept to teachers. We are simply giving them a mandated list, which I believe is unconstitutional.
Texas Freedom Network, a statewide advocacy group that has long fought over public education and church-state separation issues, released this statement to Fox 4. It reads in part, "It's clear there is a very intentional and heartbreaking attack on religious freedom in the state. More than 5 million Texas public school students will eventually fall under the new reading requirement, but the changes won't be rolled out until 2030.
When you read this, you think like, well, this is just going to happen right away. It's going to happen next week. No, we're talking about a process. We're talking about an implementation process.
Friday's vote approves the list, but it may not end the debate. Critics say the next battle could come in court.
Well, I mean, I think that's why it's set out that far, honestly, is what they want the implementation to be set out so far so that they have a chance to go through all the legal battles that they're going to get over this, is what it sounds like to me, at least.
Well, yeah, there's part of it too. But like, I'm sorry, if this is down to like parents' rights, let me ask you a question. Like, why can't the parents just teach their kids the Bible at home? Isn't that what fucking
Right.
Sunday, like going to Sunday school, going to church on Sundays is for?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, you'd think so, right?
you're not like, what about all the homeschool movement people? They
Right.
want to pull their kids out of school because they want to teach them. I'm like, okay, 'cause that's how you do it.
Like, yeah,
You
that's an option. Go for it.
why you have to make it proliferate in public schools too? Are you too lazy? Are you too ineffective as a parent that you're not capable of teaching your child the benefits and power of the religious beliefs that you carry? Are you that incapable of spreading the gospel yourself that you rely on public school to do it for you?
Yeah, that's
I thought I thought, for the evangelicals, I thought the whole gospel was prosperity. So if you're not prosperous enough to afford a private education for your child, doesn't that kind of mean that you're like a failure by your own religious standards?
right. It should all start at the home. Like,
If God doesn't
you're
love
supposed to be
you,
the
otherwise if
example.
God loves you, you wouldn't be fucking poor, right?
Yeah.
Not the
They
argument.
they didn't seed enough. You have to plant the seed of prosperity. All right. If you're if you're into that particular one.
I'm just calling balls and strikes, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm just asking questions. Like if it doesn't work that way, some dudes you can come in and correct me, please. But like I'm just trying to understand. This doesn't make sense to me.
Right. Well, it's too much logic. Yeah. Too much. Public schools are so strapped to begin with. This is probably just an idea to try weeding out kids from public schools whose parents don't agree. Yeah. I mean,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
that's the Kristen Noble line, right? And she wants to segregate the schools on religious lines and political ideology lines.
Right.
She was like, yeah, we'll have the schools for them and the schools for us.
Yeah.
Them
Yeah, but she was
being
talking about
the
just Democrats and
libs
Republicans.
and right, exactly. But
And that makes it okay.
that carries the connotation, though. Religious education. That's the whole
Right.
point.
Which
What
actually,
I think is hilarious is how many of the libertarians are fucking really pissed about that. Like there's a significant number of libertarians that are like, wait a minute, what about my freedom?
right.
It's like there's a lot of them that are really, really annoyed about the amount of like incredibly religious people that came in. Like I remember talking to a libertarian, they were like, yeah, man, Porkfest used to be a blast. You just go do a bunch of drugs and host a fucking cross-dressing competition, and like 2 years later, they're like, "Where's the Sunday service?" It's like, I don't know, man. That's tough. That's tough shit. I'm sorry. Funny.
Lame. Fucking lame.
Yeah.
Which also kind of brings us to this here point, bringing it back to local. So yeah, AOT signed HB 1817. Voucher double dipping becomes law. Speaking of, private schools and public funding, the quote up here above that is, "Let's be clear, this is yet another expansion of New Hampshire's unaccountable voucher scheme. Enough is enough." Yep. I mean, I tend to agree with that one there. So New Hampshire lawmakers should be focused on support. Oh, wait, hold on. I should probably read who this is from. Megan Tuttle, president of NEA New Hampshire, released the following statement in response. New Hampshire lawmakers should be focused on supporting public schools, which are attended by nearly 90% of students, not taking resources away from them. HB 1817 opens the door to voucher double dipping. Local public schools that lose state aid for students will receive a voucher. Who receive a voucher will now be required to allow those same students to enroll in classes at the local public school with no requirement that they receive reimbursement. Let's be clear, this is, another expansion of New Hampshire's unaccountable voucher scheme. So what this means is that if you are going to a private school, which is being paid for by the state, you can also, your child can also go to take classes at public schools and not have to pay the difference in that.
I just sent you something in our chat here. You want to check it?
Check it.
It's an article that was published on In-Depth NH, where they're breaking down the state revenue for like up through like for 2026 up through June. Because it was the end of the first or the second quarter of the year. So they're doing their numbers, right?
Sure.
Now, I want everybody to understand that the statewide education budget, like to fully fund public schools, is around $4 billion. Okay. Scroll down for me just a little bit. Giant picture, I know. Okay, it's gonna be right there. Stop. The little lower. Just a touch lower. Right, that first paragraph. So the state collected a total of $3.82 billion on a cash basis for both the general and education trust funds, which was $143 million more than it collected in fiscal year 2025. So I want you all to remember the first number that I said, $4 billion, right? This doesn't count local property taxes. Okay, that's business profits tax and the statewide education property or swept statewide education property tax. That is just shy, you're talking 0.18 billion, right? So $182 million. That's the difference between those two numbers. Now, obviously, that money goes to other things, not just education. But right now, the state puts about 70% of the burden of funding local public schools on the local property tax. So that's why your town property tax rates are so fucking high. So they got all that money right there. They've been found repeatedly by the state of New Hampshire to be unconstitutionally underfunding public education. You're talking about multiple different lawsuits that date back to the 90s. You got Claremont. You've got more recently the Conval decision. Shout out to my fucking home district for suing the state and winning. Love them for that. Yeah. So the state has the money to do it. This article literally discusses how there's a surplus. There's a budget surplus, not a deficit, a surplus. So the state has pulled in more money than they expected to. We're over the line. And yet your local property taxes are still absolutely ravaging you anally, I might add. For what? For what?
Well, for whatever pet projects they want to do, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's certainly not going to helping the working class, that's for sure.
They're pulling all that money even as the economy is declining. So I just you brought that first article up and I was like, oh man, we got to contrast this. Like we got to contrast this. So this is a way for them to say, well, like, oh, well, no, it's being consumed because we allow double dipping, right?
Right.
The parents that are receiving education vouchers can now send their children to public school, but not have to reimburse, like pay the state back for the money of those classes. But then you're paying like this, the local property taxpayers are still paying for that student that's getting the money from the EFA program to sit in that public school class.
Right.
Meanwhile, test scores are actually much better at public schools in New Hampshire. It's just true.
Damn. But yeah, true.
Fun times. There's a fun time that we live in. So, anyways, sorry, didn't mean to derail.
Yeah, no, that wasn't derailing. That was pretty relevant to that, and that was basically all that was in this article. This is actually from NEA, New Hampshire. It's the largest union of public employees in the state. So that's who this is from. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. All right. I got to play this one. I have so many questions about this. Man arrested in New Hampshire riding unicycle capable of going 93 miles per hour. Unicycle.
Live free or die, baby. Why would you?
Well, in Massachusetts, man.
Oh, it's a Massachusetts man. That's why.
Literally.
It's fucking. You ain't from around these parts. You're not allowed to drive the fucking motor unicycle. Get out of here, you masshole.
Man is
Don't mess up NH.
well, a
dude.
Massachusetts man is accused of running from police in New Hampshire on an electric unicycle. Rochester police say they got a call on Sunday about someone weaving in and out of traffic on South Main Street. Officers eventually found that suspect, but they say he did not stop when they tried to question him. After chasing him, police say they arrested Michael Grillo Jr. Police say he was on a unicycle. The unicycle he was riding, can reach speeds of up to 93 miles per hour.
Like, there's so many fucking questions that are left unanswered to this.
That's so fire.
Like what?
So fire.
Like
No, let me go free.
Like,
Let
dude, I
my
want to
boy
file a
free.
FOIA just to get that footage. Like, I want to see this police
Yo.
chase.
If you need help filling out that document, hit me up, brother. I swear to fucking God, that's amazing. That's
Like,
so funny. Like,
dude,
complete waste of my time, generally speaking, but like, we'll do it for the lulls. Like, fuck, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, can reach being the the key term. Yeah, I don't think they were going 94, but I just wonder like what kind of a fucking unicycle. First of all, I didn't know there was motorized unicycles. Second of all, like what 94 miles an hour.
Is it
Holy.
one wheel? Like, I'm confused. Like, because I've seen people like take off the limiters on like one wheels and stuff like that, or like soup up things that
Yeah.
you're not supposed to, like if you like take the
But just like on its own?
off a little like Barbie Jeep or whatever.
Yeah.
You make it go.
Or like a weed whacker engine on one of those.
yeah, I'm just thinking about the guys that'll completely soup up their ride on lawnmowers, like the John Deere ones. You get the racing lawnmowers. Shit. Like,
Yes, exactly.
it's like
But like, how are they going to
fucking
present this story
engineering for you, dog.
with no fucking footage of the chase, dude? That's amazing. Like,
I love how it's a Massachusetts man, and he was like, "Dude, I ain't getting away with this in Mass. I
Like,
gotta take
hell
it to
no.
New Hampshire."
yeah, like,
They don't care there. They don't give a fuck. We shouldn't.
How do you get
We
caught on
shouldn't.
one of those, man? You can go like anywhere with that. Like the water boy,
This
yeah.
could be the pursuit car. Come on now, like that they build those things spec to beat the most jacked up street racers. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
You need a little tuner import JDM. You ain't beating the 7,000 horsepower state trooper.
Yeah, if you're going down a
Charger.
street, but
Yeah.
like, dude, you're on one wheel. You can fucking hop and go through an alley or something. Just fucking like peace, like go places the cops can't drive. Like,
I just don't want to think about the road rash one could incur from
Oh my
fucking wiping
God.
out on one of those. Like, dude,
Oh, yeah.
yikes! Like, just say goodbye to your whole face.
when I was growing up, there was a guy who could ride on a bike with no front wheel. It could just wheelie everywhere for miles. Yeah, no, I've seen those people too, for sure.
Yeah, we got a few of those. That's like the new thing.
There's
Like,
always that
they-
one
I
dude.
don't know if you have. There was that there was a video that went kind of viral on I think it was on Reddit, where it was the dude in Keene, and he's on like a Harley or something like that, and he's like trying to flex.
Oh my
He does,
God,
like, a
yeah.
wheelie, and him and he's got his girlfriend on the back, and they
Yeah.
both just fucking wipe out wicked bad.
And doesn't he just like drive away after that too? Like, I thought that was AI at first when I saw that.
It was bad. It was bad. I mean, I only saw a trimmed version, so I didn't see what happened afterwards, but they caught it right on camera. I remember watching the video. I was like, motherfucker, that's Keen. Like, I know
Yeah.
that. I know that exact spot. Like,
I thought it was AI. It looked so fucking gnarly. It was like, Jesus, like it didn't look it didn't even look right. It was just like fucking, it looked like it just fucking jerked, like missing frames or there or something. So I was like, is that
Yeah.
real? But then I looked into it more. I was like, no, it is not. Somebody fucking really just took this video. Like, what? craziness. So there's another weird thing that happened recently. Let's see what it was. Oh yeah, get out of here. Alleged Walpole shooter not facing charges is what I saw, and I was kind of confused what the hell they were talking about. But I found, you know, this video kind of explains the whole backstory of this. Let's take a look.
Monica, police tell me these two men did not know each other.
I found the video
before today's.
Oh, you did? Hold on.
Yeah, I found the video.
Oh man,
we gotta watch it.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm derailing.
No, we're good. We're gonna add that to the.
I'm derailing, but this is worth it. We just spent all that time talking about that. I'll fucking watch the video.
Where is? Come on. Is it in the fucking chat thing? Yes. There we go.
It's in the show tab. Yeah.
Been blocked by the network security. What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, come on now. That's just silly.
What? Why am I being blocked from seeing this? Reddit just doesn't want the fucking truth out there. Oh, I see it. There we go.
Maybe it's because I like sent the false truth. Let me resend.
No, I got it.
You got it?
I got it.
Okay, sick.
Oh, dude. Fucking brutal. Jesus. This guy was on a unicycle for 2 seconds. Yeah, exactly. Like, god damn. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, do you see why I thought it was AI at first? Like, the way that he speeds up is so insane.
It's real AI.
Like, wow, like that right there. Like, god damn.
Just kicked right out. Like,
oof. Fucking so bad. One more. Bam. Fuck.
Oh, wow.
That sucks.
Oh.
But yeah.
Yeah, I know that exact spot. I know exactly where that fucking shit happened.
Isn't that right on the fucking, in the circle in the middle of town? Or not?
Right on the roundabout, dude.
Yeah.
Right. It's I was they're right in front of Roxbury Street.
Yep. Like, it looked like he looked over and saw somebody was recording him too, and he's like, "Oh, check this shit out."
Just call it a flex.
Check it out, bro. It's like, ooh. Like, isn't there someone you forgot to ask?
Oh man, it's so priceless.
Oh man.
Yeah, he did not warn his girlfriend.
No, not at all. Does not look like it. But apparently, yeah. So this whole thing was from 6 months ago. One person shot outside a Walpole gas station, and then we're gonna check out the update on this article.
Monica, police tell me these two men did not know each other before today's incident. It happened here in the parking lot of the Citgo gas station and at Jiffy Mart off of Route 12, just close, very close to the Vermont border. Police say it all started just after 10. Walpole police say they got a 911 call for a report of a gunshot. Officers learned two adult men were involved in an altercation stemming from a road-related incident. Police stress this did not happen inside the Jiffy Mart, but again, outside the building in the parking lot. During that confrontation, one man was shot once in the torso. He was taken to Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center, where police say he was last reported in stable condition. We spoke with some folks who use this gas station all the time.
Yeah, it's. Okay. I'm actually surprised about it myself because, like I said, it's a very calm and decently. It's a decent neighborhood. It's actually very non-violent.
Like, I don't get the purpose of these interviews. Like, oh, this person goes to this store all the time. It's like, okay, but were they involved in the incident? Like, what the fuck are they gonna say? Like, oh, this is a nice town. This is a nice neighborhood. I thought I wouldn't imagine things would happen like this here. Like, that's always what it is. That's always what they're gonna say. Like, what are you doing? Thanks, WMUR. You're insightful.
It's not even just that WMUR, dude. It's everybody.
It's all of them.
every
It's all of the news. Yeah.
outlet does the same exact thing because we just had a literal so like people probably have fucking put 2 and 2 together at this point that I live in Peterborough. And so not to fucking dox myself, but we just had like a whole situation where there was a 24-year-old kid that basically walked up to an off-duty police officer's house, and they had what
Yeah.
was referred to as a neighborly dispute. 24-year-old stabbed the cop a bunch of times. The cop shot him dead on the street. Was was off duty at the time,
Yeah.
so it's not being treated like a police shooting. It's being treated like it's more along the lines of like it's a stand your ground case basically, because we're a stand your ground state, and which I'm not against that, honestly.
Right.
Wild for people to hear a leftist say that shit, but I'm not. And
Well, and it's warranted. Like it is. Like that's the thing.
dude, like, come on, what's the point of having a Second Amendment if you can't stand your ground? So just sort of like standing on principle there. And I'm not saying that to like defend the cop. I don't necessarily know. Like my main frustration with that is that like we still don't know what the motive was.
Right.
I've seen like 2 or 3 different articles come out about this.
Yeah,
And I
same.
maintain that like I can't pass any kind of judgment on what happened until I know why this 24-year-old kid decided to walk up to an off-duty cop's house there's no way he didn't know that guy was a cop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's
And
just
it
no
also
way.
wasn't reported as like a
It
police.
happened literally across the street from the fucking police station, dude. Like, and everybody's like, man, this is it's such a quiet, sweet, sleepy little neighborhood in town, and I never expected anything like this to happen. And it's like, crime can happen anywhere?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy that people always
Sorry?
like that's always what they have to say. It's like, yeah, the shit happens. Like you live on planet Earth. Like eventually something the bad is gonna happen near where you live. That's just how it works,
Right.
dude.
We literally have an unsolved murder in Peterborough from like the 1980s.
Yeah.
There was like this little gas station. There was like, like one of those like way back in the day. I mean, it depends on where you are in the US. They still exist, but they're just like the little like center booth, you know what I mean? Where it's like just enough to hold like one fucking person. There's no convenience store or anything. It's literally
Yeah.
just like gas and cigarettes. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was like a high school kid that was working there one night. Somebody just came up and fucking murdered the kid and then drove away. Still don't know who did it.
Yeah.
That was like
I mean,
the
there's-
last murder in town.
Yeah, then there's actually stories like that, like all over New Hampshire. Honestly, a lot of unsolved murders
Right.
here, but you only hear about those every whenever there's like a slow news day. They'll bring up like, oh, and by the way, remember the murder that wasn't solved in Milford back in like 1998? The person's still at large. We have no idea. It's like, all right,
But I
thanks.
tell you, like you get a case coming out like McLinney Treen, and it's like, oh, the second it's a brown person or a black person that did it, plaster that shit everywhere.
Oh, of course,
Right?
yeah.
Fearmonger the white people as hard as you fucking can. Like, I feel like the vast majority of videos I see on WMUR are like crime related videos, and I'm like, dude, if this is one of the safest states in the nation, why are you spending so much time covering crime?
All right.
Like, isn't there something more important you could be talking about?
It's either crime stuff or promoting like local businesses. This is what I think. Like the majority of their stuff is.
Yeah,
Pretty
I'd say
much
that's
it.
accurate.
Like spend some money, be scared. The criminals are all coming for you. Look out. There's one
Our
from
fueled
Milford.
machine, baby.
There's one from Milford from a few years ago with a teenager shot and killed, and there's been almost no info on it. It was at Dollar General. Yeah, no, that's true also. Yeah, I remember when that happened. Like nothing. No updates. Let's see. What was it? Unicyclist also.
Also out of hand these days.
Yep. It's fucking unicyclists. Dude, I wonder if they was this somebody that went to Bike Week? You think? You think they rode the unicycle out to Bike Week?
I feel like that's a loaded die. You know, you can roll it, but it's probably gonna land in a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, apparently that alleged Walpole shooter not facing charges. Grand jury has declined to indict a man who was accused of shooting someone at a Walpole gas station in December. Walpole Police Chief Justin Sanctuary, interesting last name, said at the time of December 17th shooting that it was an isolated incident. There was no danger to the public. Yeah, it was a road rage incident. That makes sense. The person who suffered the gunshot wound to the torso was taken to the hospital by helicopter. In a news release that day, police said the shooting was believed to have stemmed from a roadway incident. An altercation between the two men continued in the parking lot where a single shot was fired. The release said, grand jury is we know what a grand jury is. What the fuck? That's a weird way to end the article. A grand jury is a group of citizens who are tasked with deciding if there's enough evidence to charge someone with a crime. They don't decide whether someone is innocent or guilty, or only whether there's enough evidence to bring a charge against them. Declining to indict means a grand jury did not find sufficient evidence of a felony to charge the person. Which is kind of fucking weird, because there's a saying that goes, a grand jury could indict a ham sandwich. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, an indictment, the point is that, like, the indictment is just, like, the ability to proceed with charging somebody so that they can, like, this is why they have to take the time to fucking explain it, because people don't understand the goddamn difference between a jury and a grand jury, right?
Yeah.
Like, and because there's, like, when you have a grand jury trial, right? Like, when you're going through the indictment process, like, you don't get to defend yourself. It's literally just a prosecutor standing up in front of, like, a whole, like a bigger group of people, trying to ask them for the ability to like pursue legal action via the state against like this person that they believe committed a crime. And then the grand jury has to be like, yeah, we think there's enough here for you to like try and pursue legal action against this person. So like an indictment does not necessarily mean like someone is proven guilty.
Right. It's just the ability to charge someone with a crime.
Right, exactly. Like, people don't, like, I think they probably are starting to realize that people don't know the fucking difference. Like,
yeah, clearly.
Just because you were indicted for something doesn't mean that, like, you are guilty of that thing.
Right, like how they're indicting people, protesters.
It's the next legal step now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching too much Law and Order. They don't fucking understand.
Like, damn, they've been indicted. Case closed. It's over. It's like,
yeah. Oh well, the episode ended with the grand jury indicting, so you know that means they're guilty, right? And it's like, no, that's not how that works.
Like, what you don't see is like, you know, but they lost the case due to insufficient evidence. But you know, like, what? I don't know. There's just like so many details missing from that story. It sounds like there was like a road rage thing, and then they got into a fight, and somebody shot someone, and then, but no crime committed. Like, I don't know. Was it a
No, it's just violence. Who cares? Just a little touch of violence. I honestly though, dude, I still can't get over the fact that one of the trucks was fire engine red and the other truck was royal blue. It's like, what do you guys? This is a Halo bit. Like, what are we talking about here?
Exactly.
Like, you know.
Exactly right.
That shit's too on the nose for me.
Yep. Oh yeah. Speaking of indictments, damn, look at that. We got all kinds of transitions to go into. Federal charges against anti-ICE demonstrators spark protests. I believe. Oh yeah, this has to do with this as well. DOJ's new ICE protest indictment is its most absurd yet. Federal prosecutors' latest Antifa conspiracy involves wearing a sweatshirt that says, "I'm Antifa." Damn, dude.
This is actually genuinely terrifying, though.
Yeah.
You get fucking like 30 to 100 years for carrying an Emma Goldman book. Like, what the fuck? Like,
pretty insane stuff. It's like, damn, dude, good investigative work.
Teaching kids what consent is, like, dude, the fucking the shit that they got like decades of jail time for is not like that. This shit is like,
yeah, we're all fucked.
Turns your blood to stone. It's sketchy. It's
Yeah, and
fucking sketchy.
this is not those last round of people. This is a different one too. This is from the Minneapolis protests from fucking how many months ago? I don't even know. The time doesn't fucking time is weird as fuck these days with all the stuff going on. But in the latest installment of Trump's campaign against anti-ICE protesters, DOJ has charged 15 Minneapolis area residents for allegedly interfering with agents during the agency's occupation of Minneapolis. I just gotta point out, federal agencies shouldn't be occupying American cities. It's not a good thing. Here are some of the more than 200 actions which, according to Trump's federal prosecutors, were committed in furtherance of the conspiracy. One is wearing a sweatshirt that says, "I'm Antifa." Like how much detective work do you think they put into that one to fucking, be like, hey, I think that person is anti-fascist. One person named in the indictment wore a sweatshirt that said, "I'm Antifa" on the front. Additionally, he, quote, possessed multiple Antifa patches at his residence. So just like...
Okay, what's the crime, though?
Say what?
First, I said, what's the crime? First fucking amendment.
Yeah. Literally, there is no crime here. Apparently art is now against the law. According to
the
them.
Republicans in New Hampshire did indeed try to their recent book ban attempt, which AOT vetoed, thank God. Rare, the rarest of W's for AOT. But that would have broadly affected art as well as books.
Oh wow, this is fucking. Including a devil emoji in a signal message. On May 15th, someone allegedly, quote, included a smiley face and a devil emoji in a signal message about a Homeland Security vehicle's flat tire. And this is being presented as evidence of wrongdoing? Huh? That's real concrete stuff right there.
AOT as a person is an L. Yes.
Yeah.
That's accurate. That is 100% accurate. I look like,
For sure.
I call balls and strikes on stuff, but in totality, 100% agree.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that tracks. What else did they get evidence against them? Posting a flyer on Signal. Apparently, handing out art and information is now illegal as well. About half a dozen times throughout the indictment, people sent each other flyers advertising various meetings and protests. At one point, they argued over whether to post the flyers on Signal or on public social media platforms. So, just literally posting flyers, apparently, is part of the indictment for felony conspiracy. Which flyers are meant to be distributed to the public usually, which is why they were talking about them posting it on social media or not. But apparently that's just conspiracy somehow.
I just want to know what the conspiracy was, right? What were they conspiring to do? There has to be, if you're going to indict somebody for conspiracy, or if you're going to try somebody, you're going to litigate somebody for committing an act of conspiracy, you have to be able to identify what the conspiracy was.
Well, according to
capable of, go ahead.
According to them, it's the indictments for felony, quote, conspiracy to impede or injure federal officers, is what they're going with there.
What does but I don't really understand how a devil emoji, right? It's literally it's not words, it's a picture.
Yeah.
Right? How does that communicate an intent to injure? That means a lot of different things. Oh, I'm gonna play you could be like, oh, I'm gonna play a prank on my sister or my brother. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put a bucket of water on top of an ajar door.
Yep. Conspiracy to prank.
they're gonna have a whole bunch of water pour on their head, and you're like texting your friend about it, and you use a little devil emoji. So I guess you just conspired to pour water on the. Is that what we're talking about? Like, is that the argument that they're trying to make? Because that seems flimsy.
Yeah, it really does.
A direct statement of intent.
And like, unless this is going higher up or going to that one circuit that, you know, completely capitulates to whatever Trump wants, then this is going to get thrown out. Giving someone a radio? One person allegedly gave, quote, a radio to an individual wearing a blue jacket on a bike. So what are they going after this person for? What, like piracy? Radio? The radio? Like, what do you mean by radio? Like, what is this? What is happening? What? Huh?
Yeah.
What is what? Possessing a radio. That same person also allegedly had a radio. My God. You can't be out here with your fucking UHF signals and shit. Like, are we talking about walkie-talkies? Because that's different than a radio. Like, and that as well, I don't think is illegal. Possessing a radio with intent to listen. I don't know what is this? What is this garbage? Let's see. There's some more information about this in here. And here we have protesters outside protesting, protesters being prosecuted.
Federal marshals sprayed chemicals at protesters outside of the federal courthouse in St.
All right, can we play the video though?
St. Paul today.
Give me a sec.
Got to refresh this. There we go. I'm going to get my kids a few toy walkie-talkies, so I'm definitely a domestic terrorist now. Oh, damn. Damn, look at this. Fucking go and get them. The feds, they're here. They're inside the building.
Yep, you got to do it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to get my dog. I'm back.
Good.
We're here for it. Sorry, fam.
Let's see.
Federal marshals sprayed chemicals at protesters outside of the federal courthouse in St. Paul today. Inside the courthouse, a group faced.
They're literally just doing the police brutality like that. While these people. Okay. All right. No, okay.
To judge for allegations that their actions against ICE during Operation Metro Surge rose to the level of being a crime.
The U.S. Attorney for Minnesota announced today's arrests and indictments against 15 Minnesotans. He says that they conspired to impede or injure federal officers. We have team coverage starting with Esme Murphy with more about the charges. Esme?
Well, Amelia, the specific charges against these 15 protesters are conspiracy to impede or injure a federal officer, solicitation to commit a crime of violence, interstate threats, interstate stalking, assault of a federal officer, and destruction of government property.
So these weren't mentioned, those other things. So I wonder what this whole interstate threats and stalking thing is. It only, are they only able to use that word interstate? Is that because the ICE officers came from out of the state? Do you think? Because all the people, as far as I know,
my guess is they're trying to assert that there were non-Minnesotans who had come to participate in the protests. So that would be the interstate part.
Yeah.
My real question here is, like, how stacked was that grand jury that they actually indicted for all this?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what was this? What, like I need, this is just like part of the reason I get so, like, just incredibly exhausted with most news as a, you know, like, this goes back to like the same thing where it's like, look, and like with that in-depth article earlier that I shared to you about the state revenues, it's like, that's just a straight report, but it doesn't actually go into like explaining anything about how that budget works or what it means. So like even my assertion of what I was talking about is bracketed by the reality that I don't understand fully the economics that go into that. And like I actually reached out because I know a bunch of people at New Hampshire Fiscal Policy Institute at this point after just like trying to book interviews with them and stuff like that. And I hit them up today. I was like, hey, like this budget came out. I have some sort of interpretations, but I want to run it by you. So I'm like working on getting another interview lined up to go over that so that we can actually kind of break down what I had said earlier and hopefully like if there's any errors in what I had said that we can correct them.
Right.
This my point is that like the average layperson doesn't understand, right? Is again going back to the having to explain to the fucking public what an indictment is in the first place. Like
Yeah.
people don't even understand what they're reading, right? So if you're not providing the necessary context to even understand the information that you are disseminating, then like what use does that information have in terms of informing people, right? It's not actually doing what it's supposed to do. So then you have a whole bunch of people drawing naturally the wrong conclusions, and everyone wonders why everyone's brain is so fucking cooked and nobody knows anything. It's because you've given a whole bunch of information that you have no context to be able to like digest and comprehend, and then you react to it because we're used to fucking little 3-minute clips, which
Right.
you know people are fucking watching right now because I'm sure you're gonna clip this whole thing up later and everybody's gonna fucking talk about this. You know what I mean? And it's like this is my point is that like your brain is actively being rotten by the way that media is delivered to you. And the people that are delivering it to you are not taking the time to actually explain to you the full context. Kind of a fucking problem, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fucking definitely true. I just also the way that they charge things whenever there's sort of like an interstate element to things, like I just don't understand that in the sense that like are we not the United States? Are we not free to travel to different states? Like you know what I mean with that? Like it
The
kind
whole
of makes
point
a
is
little
that
sense that
you
like in
claim
pursuit of a crime or whatever, like I guess that's a thing, but like what is crossing over an invisible line inside of one country? Like how does that make it worse? Do you know what I'm saying with that?
I do know what you're saying. I mean, I think the point of trying to say like by introducing the concept of interstate like associations in the act of committing a crime allows the case to be elevated to a federal court as opposed to a state court.
Right.
Right, because if it all happens inside the bounds of the state, then the feds, i.e. Stephen Miller and the Trump administration, they don't have the authority. DOJ doesn't necessarily have the authority to go after those people. But if they're able to lodge a complaint that there was some sort of act of crossing a state line in order to make something happen, that immediately makes it a federal case.
Right.
Because now you're talking about more than one state. This ostensible crime was it required activity in more than one state, and therefore it's elevated out of the hands of the state's control into the federal jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So what they're gonna do is they're gonna look for any possible way that they can to make an argument that there was an act of crossing state lines. And for all I know, they might even be doing that. They might even be trying to make that argument digitally now, right? Like they might try to be like, oh well, you were
Yeah.
talking to somebody on a Discord server or like a WhatsApp chat or a Telegram chat or something to that. I mean, they're not going to go after Telegram because Telegram is like Terragram, and that's where their
Yeah, of
people are at.
course.
So they don't fuck with that. But it's like, oh well, you were talking, you're in Minnesota and you're talking to somebody that was in California. That you had one person from California in your fucking Discord server that was giving you advice on what to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or you in Minnesota were saying like, oh, here's what we did when we were resisting ICE, so that the people that are resisting ICE in LA are able to do that, and then the federal government is able to come and see like, look, collusion on an interstate level, even though nobody crossed the state line to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Which
that
kind of like throws away.
out of the realm of possibility for them to make that kind of argument.
It just kind of like throws away the First Amendment when it comes to like, the internet as a whole, I guess, right there. And as well,
Right.
like,
Right.
Like, it kind of just blows my mind that they're using the whole interstate type classification for this when, like, you know, that whole fucking Kyle Rittenhouse thing got completely just like, oh no, I'm not guilty. Like the underage kid who got driven by their parents over state lines into a protest with a gun with intent on using it, kill somebody, but no charges for that, or no convictions on that one. I just say what?
That was in support of their goals. So why why
true.
go after that?
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Yeah, no, that adds up.
The U.S. Attorney opened his news conference drawing a parallel between these protester charges and the guilty plea of Vance Belter, who admitted killing Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark and wounding Senator John Hoffman and his wife.
Well, when you and I were all together last week, I said that political violence is a national scourge in our times. Today, I can disclose to you further actions by federal law enforcement in combating that violence.
U.S. Attorney Daniel Rosen said the charges are...
How in the fuck is he going to compare those two things? When no one was killed in this case and they are indicting over what is basically ideas? Somebody goes out and kills fucking two people for political reasons versus a group of people standing together to protect their own neighborhood, which I thought they were all in favor of. That's what they said about Rittenhouse, is that he was defending the neighborhood against violent thugs.
The motivations between the shooter that killed those Minnesotan government officials, and the motivations of the protesters are two very, very, very different things.
Completely, like, opposite spectrums.
Right? Like that guy literally had a giant hit list. Like, he only made it through like a first couple names on his list, and Tim Walz was one of those fucking people.
Yeah.
Like, Tim Walz was on his murder list.
And he was being blamed at the time for that, remember? Like, they were like, oh, this is a conspiracy. It's Tim Walz. He fucking secretly got this guy to go murder those politicians so that they would...
Even though he was conspiring to have himself murdered.
Right. Like, what... Like, what was the end goal of that conspiracy? He wants his own Democratic politicians murdered to what end? I didn't really pick up the end of that thread there.
Well, but meanwhile, you'll hear all this shit about, like, oh, well, the violent left, the militant left, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, dude, like, yeah, but you see people bring this up on like actual legacy media where people will be like, yeah, but what about all of those Minnesota lawmakers that were attacked and some were killed? You got no smoke for the right on this one?
No.
The vast majority of political violence that's occurred has been committed by people on the right wing. That's just a fact. I'm not saying that there hasn't been any that comes from the left, but like it very much so pretty much always comes from the right. And like, look, for anybody that's fucking confused, Luigi Mangione was a consumer of Paul Bet-David.
Patrick Bet-David, yeah.
Patrick Bet-David. Dude, I listen.
Yeah, Mangione was a fucking libertarian, wasn't he? Or is. He still is.
Yeah, kind of. I listen to too much R.M. Brown, so I just keep hearing the fucking the sound drop of Matt Binder saying Paul Bet-Davidson.
Oh my god. Dude, I don't know. PBD is pretty entertaining in short clips though. I will admit that.
It's like when Trump said Harry Emden, and now everybody thinks
Harry Emden.
Harry Emden's name is Harry Emden. See, I fucking did it right there.
Holy Toledo.
I love that guy so much. Holy shit.
The fucking
spirit animal.
He is carrying the spirit of the mid-Atlantic accent to the fucking 21st century and beyond.
One might even say that he is carrying the flame.
Yep. Exactly. He's fighting for the gospel. We're gonna honor his name.
Dude, if you don't just have the "We Are Charlie Kirk" sound drop, like just the little when all of the production cuts out, like you need to get that on your soundboard, dog.
Yeah, that's true.
We need to be able to bump that anytime. It's really important to me.
Yeah, I apologize.
I'm such an
really
idiot.
important. Of course.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah.
Yep. Fuck.
Trump administration's
Yeah.
prioritizing.
You gonna say?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I just had to take a moment to say I love all of the different genre interpretations of We Are Charlie
Oh
Kirk.
my god, yes.
Fucking
Dude,
brilliant.
that one Hassan played the other day. What was it, like the Chinese version of that?
Dude, they're all bang.
The fucking was it Chinese or
The
like?
one?
Oh my god, so good.
My favorite so far, my favorite one that I've heard so far is the Israeli national, the theme song version. Like that one is just
Damn.
like fucking. It's so crazy, dude. It's like it is on another level. Like, dude, I love the Billy Ocean one. I love the Nightcore ones. Like, I like the dance pop ones. Like, they're all great. But it's gonna be hard to touch the fucking, Israeli national one. That was just like,
I gotta look this up.
that
now.
was
You gotta,
too on the nose.
We need like a whole record of just that song in different languages. It'll be like the We Are the World
It's all
for
AI. You're not gonna, I don't
2020.
think you can get fucking whacked for a copyright strike if we play those.
Yeah, no, there's no copyright on that shit, as far as I know.
They're fucking bangers, man.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm derailing again. I gotta lock the fuck in.
We're good. We'll finish this one real quick.
Time. I gotta fucking chill out.
Well, I mean, I started off the show with an entire hour of derailing, so that's fine.
It's okay. It's okay. It's your show, man. I'm just along for the ride.
Political violence. Rosen played a social media post from one of those arrested and charged, Minneapolis resident Kyle Wagner.
Not talking about peaceful protests anymore. We're not talking about having polite conversations anymore.
Wait, this guy got arrested a while ago, though. Was he really in any of these groups? I cast doubt upon this one right here, because I remember this guy being specifically used as like look, all these protesters are this guy specifically. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look, fair enough. This shit is stupid.
Yeah, this is
right?
really dumb.
That's a very stupid thing to do. What he's doing right there. If look, I'm not trying to give anybody any ideas here. I'm really not. This is not what I'm. That's not the point. The point is just to like express what basic OPSEC is. And if you have good OPSEC, what you don't do is make a fucking social media post where you're saying we're not doing nonviolent protests anymore. Like,
right.
If you're doing that, understand that you are like that is like a big red sign that says throw me in fucking prison, dude.
Yeah.
Like, anybody that knows how to like actually do OPSEC, like for real, like you don't put anything in digital. That's like you would be like, okay, no, we're all going to meet for a pie exchange in this park. Right? And I'm not, like I said, I'm not giving anybody ideas. Don't fucking do what I'm saying right now, for the love of goddamn Christ. But you'd be like, okay, and then you all leave your phones at home.
Right.
And you don't write anything down. Like, this is basic OPSEC. This is really basic OPSEC. You make sure that you are in an environment where you are not going to be recorded in any capacity, and you leave no record of what you did. You don't make a fucking social media post where you scream about how you're gonna do fucking revolutionary action. That's how you get hit. Like, I'm gonna say it for the millionth fucking time. I'm not telling anybody to do anything sketchy. Don't, please chill. Like, I'm begging you. Like, that's not how that works. because I acknowledge exactly where I am and what I'm doing right now. Holy fuck. Like, this is not a call to action. This is just about like understanding the just
Like your
rudimentary
rights.
basics of not being a fucking moron on the internet. Like
Yeah.
it's not more complicated than that.
Yep.
Like, holy shit. People are so fucking dumb, dude. I don't
Basically, the main point.
like, come on.
Like this applies more like to more like broadly as well. Like just don't go on the internet and say you're about to commit a crime, because like that can and will be used against you in a court of
That is
law, as they
evidence,
say.
dumbass.
Like
yeah, like
like your digital footprint is fucking a real thing in the real world. Like no matter how many times people say like the internet isn't real life, like it is. I assure you, it is.
Holy
like,
shit, dude.
Yeah.
There's nothing fun to chant about it. Get your guns and stop these people.
The U.S. attorney came back to that line.
We're not talking about peaceful protests.
Yeah.
His words, not
And,
mine.
Moreover, you should know that like if you make something like that, you are literally that is handing propaganda to somebody that you disagree with.
Right.
Like the inability to project like, oh, my opposition might use these materials to undercut and attack and go after the genuine peaceful movement that people that I do agree with are trying to engage in, the lawful protest that they are trying to engage in, the true nonviolent action. If you don't like for a second stop and think producing this media might actually do more harm than good to the cause that I'm trying to fight for, then your brain is not doesn't have wrinkles in it.
Yeah,
it's just smooth. It's just completely smooth. Like
you probably people
Sorry,
do
dude.
not want you associated with the movement. You should probably find a different hobby. Like if you can't control yourself to that end right there, like don't just don't.
It's real. I'm sorry, dude. It's just just fucking just keep it in your pouch, dog. Please just shut the fuck up for all of our sakes.
Yep.
A Department of Homeland Security official called the protesters' actions part of a wave of alarming attacks on police.
Today's announcement is the result of a thorough and months-long investigation into a deeply concerning trend: coordinated violence targeting federal law enforcement officers and facilities.
But outside the courthouse, activists defended the protesters, saying prosecutors are trying to stifle their constitutional right to free speech and assembly.
I want to be very clear. Observing is not a crime. Watching the illegal actions committed by ICE is not a crime. Loving your immigrant neighbor is not a crime.
Now, past charges against ICE protesters have brought mixed results. Some have been dismissed, but others remain in line to be prosecuted, including the allegations against prominent activist Nikema Levy Armstrong, who's accused of disrupting a church service in January.
All right. Thank
you. Yeah, that one's a little more like weedsy situation to get into. We don't even have time to talk about that one.
Right.
But
it's a little bit more a little more
nuanced into that.
Required to do that, yeah.
Let's see here. Let me bring up something out here right there. Oh yeah, did you see this? Federal judge dismisses DOJ lawsuit against New Hampshire over voter information.
The 26-page ruling, the judge said the DOJ's request was invalid and New Hampshire's voter registration database was not something the state can be forced to hand over. New Hampshire's Secretary of State reacting to this ruling today.
The staff in my office take the responsibility of protecting personal voter data very seriously. That was evident by the fact that we pushed back on the federal government when the U.S. Department of Justice requested this information, and I'm very pleased that the court decided in our favor on this.
Now, the White House argued it needed the names of voters to verify states are properly maintaining voter rolls. State officials filed a motion to dismiss, arguing that handing over voters' private data is a violation of state law. Politics professor Chris Galdieri says the argument the federal government is trying to make is that this will help them crack down on illegal elections, but he adds that there's no evidence that people who shouldn't be voting are voting in big enough numbers to have any sort of impact.
I mean, that is true right there. And instances that they have found are coming from people that are Trump voters that are saying these elections are rigged, so therefore I need to vote more than once. It's like a self-fucking created problem.
Crazy moment where somebody green screens a fucking Confederate flag behind my back while I say the states' rights. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, come on.
This is about voter roll purging. It's what the federal government wants to do. They want the ability to be able to see the people's private information and go through whether you're a Democrat or Republican, what they think you'll vote for. And if they happen to find that there is another person that has your name, your exact name in the state, then they can be like, oh, well, let me purge this one person that's a Democrat, you know, that we think this is a double of a person, and therefore, like, one of them can only vote. It's stupid
and I mean, like,
shit like that.
There's weird moments where I'm like super fucking proud to be from New Hampshire, that I'm proud of the state that I'm from. There's a lot of times where I'm fucking incredibly embarrassed and disappointed. But like, there are some fucking provisions that we have that are very, very, very good. I don't know how many people are fully cognizant of this, and I want you to understand when I say this that the libertarians are very cognizant of this. But the New Hampshire Constitution has in it a provision that allows us to overthrow and replace our government if it is not serving us. Literally, the right to revolution is codified in the Constitution of the state. That's a fucking thing. I love it.
Well, that's a win right there, yeah.
For us. There's every once in a while we're based. Every once in a while we're on the right side of it.
I mean, that's in line with the Constitution as a whole, though, isn't it? Isn't that what the gun rights activists kind of say? Is that the Second Amendment's there to protect the First?
Well, yes. I mean, that's like the Dave Chappelle joke, right? Like,
yeah.
But let's double check this. So, I don't fucking trust Quora, dude.
I want to learn more about that. Yeah, no, that's good stuff.
The American Enterprise Institute, according to them, the Declaration of Independence does not assert the right of revolution. So that is very specific to individual states.
Interesting.
At least on an initial sort of reading. And this goes back to like John Locke and shit like that. So, there's not that would begin to fall into treasonous activity, but
right
in the state of New Hampshire, it's fucking not. As long as you are directing it specifically at the state of New Hampshire and not the federal union of the states as a whole.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, speaking of the story, previous, this is not a call to action. This is just stating the facts.
Caveat. Yeah, it's just a thing that's in the state constitution. It just is. It's not.
That's super interesting, though. That I'm glad they thought ahead enough to throw that in there. So what else do we got here? All right. Iran war. U.S. launches strike after commercial ship attacks in Strait of Hormuz.
Oh, really quick before we get into that, I'm sorry, you're going to have to read that again. So just really quick, I'll send you the link so you can throw it up on the screen because this shit is funny. Here, let me send that now so you can put it up. But there's just to sort of explore this concept of rights revolution in the state of New Hampshire a little bit more. There was this guy in 1990 who argued that Guy Chichester, he cut down what was it? Yeah, he cut this is so funny. He was arrested again in 1990 when he used a chainsaw to fell a 60-foot pole that held a warning siren for the nuclear station. Chichester and his attorney argued that the act fell under the Article 10 of the New Hampshire Constitution, which states any citizen has a right to act to protest his or herself when the state fails to do so. The jury agreed, and Chichester was acquitted. So that's an example of somebody actually using this. Yeah, it's funny. It's very funny.
That's crazy.
Right.
Guy Chichester was
It
an
act of civil
activist.
disobedience. Apparently, nobody had really tried to yeah, Rennie Cushing from Hampton, nice. Yeah, it was really it's very generally like unused, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't commonly explored as an option. Yeah, Seacoast Online loves to fucking jam you with ads.
Yeah, that's wild.
But he
Oh, yeah, here it
actually
is.
went for it and fucking won. So there's precedent for this shit, right? There's genuine precedent for
Using those
for
specific
saying, like,
weedsy state laws as like defense.
Yep, it's really it's actually viable.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, Iran.
Yeah. Iran's
Just-
so
just-
far
I
away.
figured that might be a tour for some of our viewers. They don't know about that. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, no, that's some cool ass history right there. I have to look some more into that guy. Oh damn, what a G. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, indeed, dude. Indeed.
Definitely. Let's see here. Iran war. U.S. launches strikes after commercial ship attacks in Strait of Hormuz. Which I believe the entire reason why those ships were attacked was that they did not go through the prescribed area that was agreed to in the in that whole a memorandum of understanding. So they're
Right.
supposed to go inbound traffic this way, outbound traffic this way, and they're supposed to not go into this little box that says IRGC restricted area, that little area right there. But
Naturally.
apparently, they've been tankers are being directed by the U.S. to just ignore this whole restricted area thing. So, that's what happens.
The U.S. has carried out another round of strikes on Iran hours after President Trump declared the ceasefire had ended.
It appears his patience is wearing out with Iran. This comes after Iran attacked commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Fox's
Bro, it seems like Iran's patience with us is fucking wearing out. Like, are you kidding me? Like, to Trump, like
I'm
acting
sorry,
like
I can't help but read that. The fucking Chiron there. I can't help but read that Chiron and think about the meme where it's like, friendship over, new friendship.
yeah, like
yeah, the best friendship ended with so and so, new friendship, going back to war with Iran.
like
super funny. But
did anyone
yeah,
expect
there's-
that like anything else was gonna happen?
I'm just like, come on, like it wasn't like I literally said on this exact stream like 2-3 weeks ago. I can't remember which stream it was, but I was like, dude, like
Yeah.
they're gonna fuck. Like when the MOU came out, I was like, they're gonna fuck this up. They will. It's
Oh,
gonna
for
happen.
sure.
Fucking here I am being correct about it.
I mean, I feel like a couple hours after the MOU was like announced as a thing, Israel was like still in fucking Lebanon, still bombing people, still telling people to evacuate their houses because they're gonna bomb the area, and don't you dare hide any fucking people, or you will be bombed as well.
Right. Well,
Insane.
and so because I try to keep up this stuff and I try to actually like listen to non-American sources when I do that. Because
yeah, that map was Al Jazeera.
American media. And so I was listening to this interview that was recorded. You can people can check it out. It's on the Middle East Eye on their YouTube. And there was it's probably it's a pretty recent video within the past like week or two. And there was some interesting analysis that the guest had done, who'd appeared multiple times. And he was explaining that like, look, like Iran is very, very good at procrastinating, right? Like they're because it's sort of based off of their notion of like the bizarre, right? Like not bizarre as in weird, but bizarre as in marketplace, right?
Yeah.
And the idea is that like the negotiation always exists in perpetuity as long as there is no contract signed, and especially if you never even sign a contract at all, right?
Yeah.
So the MOU was an agreement to make an agreement at another time. And part of the reason they do this is because they understand that they're in a war of attrition right now. They're not it's not like, and you're seeing this with Russia and Ukraine, where a lot of analysts are now saying like, oh, well, it's not, you don't measure changes in battlefields over like kilometers, you measure it over meters, right? And no, because drone warfare has changed things so much in terms of the ability to reach, you know what I mean? Like there's nowhere that's really safe. So the traditional concept of how battle and war works is very different. And since that makes things more favored to a war of attrition format, and that's what you're seeing with Israel and the US and Iran and Lebanon and Russia and Ukraine, and like this is what like the mindset people need to start getting their heads into. And the thing about it is that Iranian culture, in terms of like the time that the IRGC and the Ayatollah Khamenei has been sort of like exerting their power over that country, that they have gotten very good at this sort of decentralized long form process that basically like stymies short-term action for massive codified results.
Right.
The idea is to really like tease things out over as long a period of time and never really truly make any full concessions and say, you know, like,
yeah, because their entire military apparatus is decentralized, so that you can't just like, oh, I took out the one guy, I took out the guy that's controlling all these other sectors. That's not how that works in Iran.
Right. So like on the one hand, it's like Iran is able to have sort of this exercise of control by stringing things along, right? If you want to talk about Iran in the negative, you know, like, and this is for anybody that's wants to understand me correctly, like Middle East Eye is a left-oriented outlet. So like this is critique coming from a more left outlet about Iran. We're not just like sitting here fucking glazing them because the IRGC is indeed fucked.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're not like, but you don't there's no regime to change, right? Because it's so atomized that you can't just decapitate the leadership and all of a sudden everything's hunky-dory, right? It's not a Western nation in that sense.
Well, it sounded exactly like what they were trying to do.
So different. Right. So even by diplomatic standards, their ability to exert control is a war of attrition, just not a like kinetic war. It's a diplomatic war, and they're winning on both fronts in that sense, because Western nations are not capable of dealing with that. And realistically, in a lot of ways, this is it's like the US and Europe and everybody, we're not going to be able to call the shots in that region. We just aren't. It's going to be down to Qatar. It's going to be down to the UAE. It's going to be down to Saudi Arabia. It's going to be down to Iran. It's going to be down to Iraq. It's going to, like, they are the ones that are going to sort that out. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not, they need to figure that arrangement out on their own between themselves. And like, global interference into that is not going to actually create any real long-term change, because the format of negotiations is so drastically different, and it's too all or nothing. It's too it doesn't have the nuance necessary to be able to engage with that. And that was something that was kind of really great about the JCPOA, was that at that time we did engage with that much longer process, and we were able to actually lock them into something. And
Right.
now
There's
we have
independent
something that's-
people overlooking all their fucking nuclear work and everything.
Right. Exactly. So at any rate, I'm getting long-winded about this, but it's just this really fucking important context, and I would encourage people to go find that Middle East Eye interview. I'll try to pull it up for myself so that I can actually like pinpoint the direction it needs to go. But yeah, anyways, continue the video.
Rebecca Castor has more.
I'll tell you what happens next. We're never going to see Iran have a nuclear weapon.
Closing out the NATO summit in Turkey, President Trump says the goal of Operation Epic Fury hasn't changed. But he's now less interested in diplomacy and ready to launch more military strikes against Iran, but says it won't be a return to all-out war.
Anything that happens is going to be over very quickly. We're not looking for long term.
While there were plenty of other matters to discuss with NATO allies, Iran quickly overshadowed the agenda. Trump came into the summit frustrated with European leaders for withholding their support at the start of the conflict, but it seems they've re-earned his trust.
They just had a bad moment. If there's one word that comes out of today, it's unification. I've never seen anything like it.
Allies warmly welcomed President Trump's leadership that is transforming this alliance and making it stronger.
The president may be feeling the love from NATO, but it's the opposite from Iran. He told reporters several times Wednesday he's Iran's #1 target. And some suspect that's why the new Air Force One left Turkey early, leaving the president to take the old presidential jet to the UK, where he'll switch back to his new plane.
I mean, all this proves right here is that NATO is supremely cucked to the U.S. Like, if there was any doubt in anyone's mind, once and for all, that's it.
It's 100% true. The NATO is just U.S. Or NATO is just the U.S. rather. That's just, it's what it is. And that's, look, this is why I am kind of anti-NATO, because it's not, it removes the sovereignty from European nations and keeps them under the thumb of U.S. military supremacy.
Right.
So in an argument for the independence and right to self-governance and control for Europeans, it would be beneficial for, in that sense, for the U.S. to not be a part of NATO.
Right.
Well, I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that there's not benefit to European nations themselves forming some sort of consortium,
right? Like an EU of sorts.
But yeah, they've just become completely subservient to the U.S. military apparatus, and that's not necessarily helpful for them, because it allows the U.S. to just completely bully Europe into doing X, Y, or Z.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if they play along, then Trump's like, "Oh, sanctions on Spain." You know what I mean? Like, and then it's stupid.
And
it's
then
really,
that's not to say either that we buy the whole Putin's explanation of why he had to, invade Ukraine. Is that like, oh, they were about to join NATO and we can't have that, so therefore we had to take this country, or try to at least.
Right.
That shit's also fucking silly as fuck. I was gonna say, like, I don't really buy that.
Yeah. Everybody's fucking brain broke when Trump was like, "I'm gonna take Poland," like,
right?
or not Poland, rather, Greenland or whatever. He's like, Greenland's gonna be ours.
They said that about so many
oppose
countries at this point. Like fucking Venezuela, Cuba, fucking Greenland, whatever he wants, he's gonna take it. You don't even have to ask permission. You can grab these countries by the pussy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, anything in the Western Hemisphere, as far as they're concerned, is like a de facto U.S. territory.
Right,
Which is
it's in our
really-
backyard.
that is such a fucked up thing to think, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that's such a fucked up thing to think.
Like, oh, my country is so great that like countries that I can, like, you know, that are in the same quadrant of the earth as mine, that's my backyard. Therefore, that's mine. Your country is mine. Like, what? How the fuck? Like, no, that's not how any of this shit's supposed to work at all.
Like, how do you even make the argument other than like, dude, no? You know,
Right.
it's just-
Like, no.
like that's not what I believe, you know what I mean? Like, I believe the independent, you know, like, first off, I don't believe that any nation has a inherent right to exist. Like, nations are developed as an agreement of people to,
right,
you know, organize themselves within a boundary, and borders change over time, right?
Mhm.
Like, I've made this argument before. I'm like, look, like, if nations themselves have a right to exist, then why is there no more Ottoman Empire? Why is there no more Soviet Union?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why is there no more British Empire? Why, you know, like, what about them? Didn't they have a right to exist? Like, but they
Yeah.
don't anymore. So what happened, right? It's like, you know, and those are three very, very different, very conflicting examples, and I do that intentionally because it's like none of them had a right to exist.
Right.
Their usefulness fell apart to the circumstances of where the people were at that given moment, right? Or their
Yeah.
ability to maintain their bloated existence fell apart.
Like, a nation is machinery built
so-
by people. It's not a entity in and of itself, like in the way that people ascribe it.
Right. And my argument is usually like it comes down to like a nation's right to exist, is only dictated by its monopoly of utility for the people that it serves. Right? A lot of libertarians will make the point, well, it's like it's about monopoly of force, right? You're talking about like the police and their ability to control you, and the ability of the federal government to levy taxes against you in order to maintain, you know, public services or whatever. And you disagree with the idea of public services, so you view taxation as theft. And like, so and from your perspective, you're like, well, if I don't pay my taxes, they can send somebody with a gun to my house and point, you know, like, and that's where the libertarian argument of like, I'm being robbed at gunpoint when someone asks me to pay taxes. That's where that argument comes from. That's like the logic they use to create that. And I think that's silly. I think that's a very like cucked framing, frankly.
Right.
And my argument is usually in the inverse, where it's like, no, the right of a government to exist is its monopoly of utility for the people that it serves, i.e., its ability to provide dignified life for its citizens. Right? Now, if you consider that, like, if you're a country like, say, fucking Israel, and you think that the way that you provide dignified life is by attacking and murdering everybody that you don't like within the region that you exist, it's up to Israelis, I guess, at that point to determine whether their right to exist as a nation state, right? Not as Jews. Jews have a right to exist, no matter where they are. Period. The end. Like, that's just an identity group. They're people. They have a right to exist. Jews have a right to exist.
That is not a country.
That's it. The nation state of Israel, on the other hand, the argument is no, because like what monopoly of utility are they providing their populace other than risking their population to be bombed the fuck out by countries that are mad at them for bombing those countries the fuck out? Like, what's the usefulness there?
Yeah,
right?
it's a real American
Like,
attitude they have
what is
over
it
there.
serving you? Yeah, and I mean, and look, like, the vast majority of Israelis are like, we either think we're doing just the right amount of damage, or we don't think we're doing enough damage.
Yeah, and that's
So,
shown
like,
in polling over there, literally.
Right. I'm literally citing polling results. So it's like, and I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but like the point is like I would make the argument that the United States of America as a union of states does not have the right to exist because it has abdicated its monopoly of utility for its citizens.
Yeah.
That like and I'm not saying that I hate America or I'm like down like I down with America, right? Like I don't think you should destroy the US, right? Like I love my country. I would like to see it continue to thrive and succeed, but that means actually providing a monopoly of utility for its citizens, which we
Right.
don't presently do. The US is in violation of international law by not providing health care to its citizens. Period. The end.
Mhm.
Right? Like
Let alone providing arms to,
there's not a
against the Leahy laws, fucking statutes.
right. Like healthcare is not a right in the US. I'm fucking sorry. It's just not. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it damn well should be, but it is not a right in the United States. It is a privilege in the sense that when they took away all of the subsidy for the ACA, which was a garbage program to start with, there should have just been a single payer healthcare system, right? Which I actually think is a decent first step because you're not creating government control over doctors and hospitals. What you're doing is you're providing government control over the insurance apparatus so that people aren't being gouged monthly, right? But when they took away those subsidies for the ACA, which was like the fucking quarter measure that they tried to do with the Obama administration, fucking Joe Lieberman stripped the goddamn public option out of the Obamacare plan when they tried to run it through.
Yeah, so
Piece of shit Maggie Goodlander used to write for him just so that if anybody's got it fucking twisted, she fucking worked for that jackass.
Mhm.
So when they took that away, they made a significant portion of Americans have to make a choice whether or not they were going to feed themselves or they were going to have health insurance, whether or not they were going to keep their house, keep their apartment, or they were going to feed themselves or have health insurance. Right? So that's not a right at that point. That is a privilege. If you have enough money to afford health insurance, that is privilege that provides you the opportunity to do so. And that is fundamentally counter to what a right is. So sorry, fucking rant over, but like that's just like, I just want to like articulate this broad formulation to people so they can fucking understand how badly the United States has let its people down.
Yeah, nope, that's all pretty accurate. All right, so I got got a couple more things. We got one clip of it's kind of funny, and then we have a hornet's nest we could stick our dick in. You know, if you so choose to.
I can I can carve 10 minutes for this. So
All right. We'll do a little fun clip first.
Yeah, let's do the fun one.
Yeah, so this is Trump at NATO, which we were just going over. Let's see what he's gonna say here. A little gaffe going on.
Well, we're going to talk about that. You know, look, it's a defensive weapon, which I like, better than an offensive weapon. It's the best. So I was saying we have an aircraft carrier, which is one of the most beautiful in the world. It's one of the biggest, the Abraham Lincoln. And 2 months ago, we had 100, I told this story yesterday, we had 111 missiles shot by the Islamic Republic of Japan. They were shot at the aircraft carrier over a period of about 1 hour. 111.
Damn, dude. The fucking Islamic Republic of Japan is getting in on the action now. Fucking look out, bro.
I wonder how Takaichi-san feels about that.
Yeah, dude. Islamic Republic of Japan. Like, he must have just talked to, like, the PM of Japan or something right before this interview. like, I think, does he only say it once or does he do it a couple times? Hold on.
Missiles going to a very expensive ship, and every one of those missiles was knocked down. Pretty much most by Patriots, but by other means also, as you know. Yeah. Other less expensive means. It's even better when you do that. But out of the 111 missiles, every one of them was shot down. It didn't hit the ship, and you know bad things happen, right? When that happens.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I just thought that little bit was good. Losing his fucking mind.
The identification of him is just amazing. Like it is stunning to watch how fucking just not even like present in reality he is anymore.
Yeah. Just from person to person that he talks to, it's just like he hears like keywords and phrases, and he just tries to like regurgitate that, and it just the pieces don't all come out in the correct order from what it seems. He can't remember what he's supposed to say out loud and what he's supposed to be like have be a secret, like trying to whisper off camera.
Gerontocracy.
Yeah.
This is the problem with gerontocracy, and I'm just waiting for them to fucking Weekend at Bernie's Mitch McConnell.
Oh
You know
my
what I
God,
mean?
they already are.
Yeah, no.
Like, I have talked to Mitch. No, I have talked to Mitch too. Yes. You're all Spartacus. We got it. All right.
Fucking lovely, dude. All right, what's the hornet's nest we
All
can stick our
right.
dicks in?
All right. Here we go. Platner.
Oh Christ.
So, I'm pretty sure everyone who watches this by now has probably heard the news. Pretty credible rape allegations out against Platner, corroborated by the woman's therapist, I believe, had taken notes about her describing the situation back in 2021. So this was way before he was running or anything. But yeah, this is he just recently, as of like today or like maybe yesterday, just said that he is going to be
Pretty sure it was
dropping out.
today.
Say what?
Yeah.
So we're going to check
It
out
was
that.
today. Pretty sure it was today.
It was today, yeah. Okay. There's a little clip of the video in here.
Straight to camera video announced that he is dropping out of the main Senate race. Let's listen to some of it.
Hey everyone, it's Graham Platner here. I think as many of you know, over the past couple days, I have faced some very serious allegations, and I just want to make it clear, this is all false. The things that have been claimed did not happen. It's not real. It has placed an immense amount of weight on me as I think about what needs to happen now. I just want you to think.
This whole kangaroo courts.
What happened there?
Did it jump? What the fuck happened there?
I fucking guess. I didn't touch anything. What the fuck?
By those in power. We were asking for real democracy, and we did it the right way, and we won. But now the ball is in the court of the Democratic establishment.
Okay, so I don't think we need any more. So apparently he is dropping out, but he's still denying that anything happened. And there is a pretty big point to be made of like, yes, now the Democratic establishment are going to be the ones to pick out who is going to be running since the primary is over now, and that is kind of a fucking problem.
Yeah, I mean, this is my initial reaction to this, aside from fuck Graham Platner, was cool. You fucked us double time, dude.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, like, if you look, like, I understand that it might be triggering for people to watch the interview that Jenny Rasco did with Jake Tapper, and I'm like, dude, I wanted to jump to the motherfucking screen and strangle Jake Tapper for how insensitive and just obtuse and shitty he was being.
Oh my God, yeah, it's fucking so stupid.
Awful. But she literally said, like, she explained to him what happened in a text message, and he saw it. It was marked as seen.
Yeah.
So even if he was blacked out drunk and did not remember the actual encounter, he was made aware of what happened after the fact, like within 24 hours after the fact. So when he said to everybody, nothing else is going to come out, there's nothing else, right? That was a lie.
Well, I
So
think
he lied. And that information should have been available to us prior to the primary in Maine.
For sure. Well, and when the stories come out first, this was also, like she was also in that New York Times article, it as well, but
Right.
it wasn't the full story on it because she did not want to like out herself, have her name out there and everything. So she wanted to remain anonymous, and
Yeah.
they only did like put in the article what was verifiable from being anonymous. So until she brought out the rest of exactly what happened, that's yeah.
And look, like the reason that I'm mad at Platner specifically about this, like beyond just like, dude, you're a rapist, is that he he could have just pulled back before any of this came out and been like, you know what? I'm too problematic. I'm too problematic for the moment politically right now. And this isn't good. And he could
Yeah.
have pulled out earlier in the campaign, but he was fucking egotistical and thought that it wouldn't matter. And now he's up here complaining about like, oh well, the Democratic establishment will pick the candidate. Like, and it's Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, volume 2.
Like, yeah, and whose
And
fault is that?
it's fucking Graham Platner's fault. Like, sorry. The establishment Democrats are gonna do what they always fucking do. That part is incredibly predictable.
Right.
Like, it's
Well, he probably thought he
there's
was in the
there's
clear
no
after that
mystery.
article came out, and it didn't describe the entire event that happened. So that's probably why
Yeah,
he
it's
said that.
hubris. It's the amount of just like blind self-confidence and like fucking white man privilege bullshit that's cooked into that is incredibly frustrating, and it's really aggravating.
Right.
Right? And like and
And the
this is
fucked up
why
thing
I
is, if he was a
consistently
Republican,
maintain
he would get away with this shit. Like, he would still be in the running.
Right.
People would be like, yeah, she's a
Right.
lying bitch and this and that. But that's not how we fucking work
Who
on, like,
nominated
the
to
fucking
replace
progressive side.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, you know?
Like, yeah, yeah. So it's like, look, I'm if he really fucked it. He really fucked it super bad by not just like pulling out before the primary happened, because now you're in a situation where like that candidate has to get hot swapped.
Yep.
It's undemocratic because it's chosen by a privileged few as opposed to the voters of Maine. So in my opinion, the only option is to go with the guy who is polling the highest, who is actually like had DSA endorsement, right? And this is the main point that I really want to make, because like last week we literally like we platformed DSA because the whole fucking there's a reason for that.
Yeah,
Because
they have the-
DSA is a democratic apparatus that you have to participate in.
Right.
Right? You have to earn your stripes within that organization before you are even capable of receiving an endorsement from them.
Yeah.
Which means that you are working with people. They have an opportunity to see if there's any fucking red flags that might be stuck to your back that other people can't see because you're always facing forward.
Right.
Right? Because you have to work
They have a
around and
vetting
be around
process.
them. They have a vetting process. Exactly. That is a pre-screen before somebody is even handed an opportunity to run with that endorsement. So you will not see these kinds of allegations occur with DSA members because they've already been internally vetted by the organization that put them up, rather
Right.
than being vetted by like a fucking ad agency.
Yeah, well, and now the right wing are
So-
trying to chain like the Platner to these other progressive candidates, but by saying stuff like, "Oh, this is like a DSA like candidate" or whatever, and it's like, no, you either are endorsed by them or you are not, and that's just not how that works.
Right. And so I will maintain the position that if you see a progressive, and I'm growing more detestful of that word every single fucking day.
Yeah.
If you see somebody who is running as a progressive and they do not carry a DSA endorsement, you need to ask yourself why. Straight up. It's entirely possible that they just like, you know, they might not carry the kind of baggage that somebody like Graham Platner does, but they might just be a fucking selfish, shitty person, right? They
Yeah.
made a decision later on in the process to like they're like, oh, I need more power. My campaign's not successful. I'm not polling as well as I want. I know if I get a DSA endorsement, all of a sudden I get this external support. So you go to DSA and you're like, hey, I want your endorsement. And they're like, dude, where the fuck have you been? Like,
yeah,
we see you. You didn't come to us until you needed us.
Right.
Rather than acknowledging that the project we're working on is important. So no, we don't endorse you. because
Yeah.
we don't know what's behind the curtain. And so I think that's like, you can have maybe like a couple members of DSA, like that particular chapter, be like, yeah, I really like this candidate, but that's not the same thing as being put through the vetting process of a DSA endorsement.
Right.
So that's what I have to say about that.
100%. And yeah, so now, you know, the statement put out by the Maine Democrats is today the Maine Democratic Party held a meeting with over 100 state committee members who voted to hold a nominating convention to choose the new nominee if there's a vacancy to fill. So yeah, these 100 members of Democratic Party committee get to choose who the nominee is now, even though there was the whole, you know, voting process for, you know, just fucking, just all around, it's so shitty. Like, there needs to be some way to make them choose a candidate that does have those same fucking values that like Platner espoused, like, because that's what people were getting behind. They weren't like, oh, I like this guy personally. They were like, well, this guy's bringing forward progressive values that I like, or, you know, fucking leftist stuff, just common sense fucking things that everyone wants. Like we need somebody.
Like, this gets into the argument of like presentation versus platform, right? And there are people that will be out there and they'll argue like, oh, well, the reason that people voted for Graham Platner was because he had this like working class aesthetic or whatever. I was like, no, that's not true at all.
No.
People voted for him because they liked his platform. In fact, they even voted for him because they liked his platform so much in spite of his aesthetics.
Right.
Like, because people identified there were problems with his aesthetics after he was fucking outed for having a literal fucking Totenkopf on his goddamn chest.
Yeah.
And that still didn't dissuade Maine voters. Like, dude, he still outperforms Collins in some polls after the fucking rape allegation.
Literally the day after. Still up by 10 points.
Right, exactly. Right? Like, how fucked up is it that people are willing to choose a rapist over a genocide?
Yeah, I mean, like, this is what the options are now, apparently. This is, like, do you support somebody who is raped, or do you support someone that has abstractly wanted, you know, this genocide to continue? It's like, oh, that's great. Great choice.
When you hit that point, you have to fucking accept the fact that the platform is what is driving the motivations of the voters. It's not the fucking optics. The
Yeah.
optics are fucking irrelevant now. They don't mean anything anymore. They're completely useless. So when people get really twisted up about the aesthetics of a candidate, I'm like, dude, you are missing the forest through the trees.
Yeah.
Be more aware. What
Right.
people actually care about is, as I said before, having fucking healthcare. Having affordable groceries, being able to own a fucking home and not be paying out your goddamn nose every single quarter, for your taxes. That, like,
allegation.
it's not that fucking complicated. So, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. But
really
yeah, so I guess we'll have to wait and see who the Democratic Party of Maine chose for that, and hopefully it is that fuck, what's his name? Trey something. Heard good things about him. Can't remember the guy's last name right now, but
he's fucking based. He doesn't have the riz that Platner did, but like that's irrelevant.
yeah, I mean, like some things do like are about like the certain charisma that you have and like your ability to, you know, state your message succinctly and stuff. But at the same time, like it's people want the platform. People want the actual things that they're gonna do, like to be good, right?
Yeah, don't play into Trump's central casting bullshit. Just fucking vote for good policy.
Literally. But also, that's something that had to do with this. I don't know if you want to take a few more minutes, but or not. But
I gotta cut out. We're
gotta
already
get
15
out. Oh yeah, I guess. All right. Well, anyway, there's that.
We made it though.
We made it.
It was good. Started out fun, got a little bit depressing towards the end, but it's all good, man.
Yep.
There'll always be more. There'll always be more shots.
Yep. Luckily, we still got the New Hampshire primaries to look forward to. We still got some time for that. We got to have them get these name recognitions up. We need Karishma. We need fucking Heath Howard. We need fucking Paige Boschman. We need all these people to get fucking elected. So we're gonna be, spreading the word more on them. Arya, obviously.
100%. Yeah, dude. Yeah, folks should go check out my my latest interview with Arya Shams. Bro is based as fuck.
100%.
So, good stuff. Good stuff.
Hell yeah. I think today's show was a pretty good success.
I feel good about it.
Yep.
I'm feeling positive. So.
Yep. Even though we ended on kind of a downer, there is still hope.
It's okay.
There's still hope.
It's okay. I think there's I think there's silver linings to be had. We just have to make sure we're keeping our eyes peeled for them. That's all.
For sure. So yeah, all that said, thanks for joining us today. We'll be back soon. I'm not going to make any promises of doing more stuff throughout the week because it always seems to not work out that way when I say something. But when I don't, then I'll have some extra stuff out for you. That's how that works.
It be going crazy right now. Shit do be going very crazy right now. But
yep, is
we out here.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, and thank you for watching. If you're watching this later, peace out.
Peace, fam.